Let's see. You know, StreamYard's like 10-second delay, so everybody's probably gonna come in at once. But
Okay.
let's see. So on my end, let me put the welcome into everyone because they're probably gonna be coming in a second. Yeah, I see it on my screen populating. Hey, we are live. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in.
I'm an ad.
Hold on. Why is it saying doesn't support in private videos? I'm not private. Oh gosh, hold on. I think I am private. Don't I gotta like go back one? Hold on, let me see.
No, you're not private.
Okay. She's gonna come back. I heard. Well, it says we're in the show. Everyone can see and hear us.
Hey, Ayana.
How do I make it public?
Hi, Trika.
Oh, you see people? I don't see people.
I have my phone with me.
Okay.
Oh, my thing is still saying private.
Yeah, it's saying private on StreamYard. It says live viewer comments show up on StreamYard. This YouTube doesn't support comments on private videos.
All right, so okay, what am I doing wrong?
They see it though.
But how do I flip it to public?
Go back to the schedule.
Hello,
and then see if
the Now Talk Show. How are you?
Okay, let's see. It says I'm live, but it's in private. Edit. Let's see if it edits. Oh, edit. Hold on. I think this is it. Public. Okay. Now it should be. Does it say live? Does it say public now?
I mean, we're on because
I know, but I don't see any comments. Too. You see comments?
No, I don't see comments.
You might have to. You see where it says private chat? You have to move it to comments. It's on private chat right now.
Oh, okay. No.
Let me go to settings.
Hello, Cleo.
Wow, they can see us, but we. I've never had this happen before.
Hi there, you can talk your way to help your relationship.
There it goes. There we go.
Hey, everybody. If anybody can do it, Vernes can do it. You know?
I'm like, why is this saying private? We should be public. I think when I said it, so we couldn't. Then I was supposed to. But we're here. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Hi to the people in the chat. I see SJ Entertainment. Welcome in. I see the Now Talk Show. Hi. That's another one, Sherri. You need to grab them. The Now Talk Show. They are amazing.
Okay. Hey, the Now Talk Show.
How are you? Welcome in. You can talk. Hi. This lady right here. Oh my goodness. I love her. You can talk. She is amazing. Hi. Hold on. We have Dr. Nicolia coming in. Dr. Nicolia is here. Hi. I'm going to introduce you in 1 moment. Give me 1 moment. Trika Living is in the chat. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for coming in. We are going to be talking about marriage and the steps that it takes to get to being married. And then don't always think the grass is greener on the other side, guys, because I'm quite sure we have a lot of people here that can tell you something different. So I see Billy's Big Top. Hello. God's Chosen Vessel, Gwen. Hey, Gwen. How are you? Hi, Gwen. Everybody. Life of Cleo, I see you. Hello. So I'm going to introduce the panel, guys, and then we're waiting for a few more people. Dr. Nicolia?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, your screen went out. Oh, there you go. So I'm going to introduce everybody. We have Coach Sherri at the top of the screen. Hi, Coach Sherri.
Hi there, everybody.
We have Miss Yoyo on the panel, guys. Hey, Miss Yoyo. Hey. And then we also have Dr. Nicolia Williams. I'm saying your name wrong. What is it? Say your name for me.
You said it.
It is Nicole. Okay. I'm like, I'm saying her name wrong.
No, you said it right.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. So a couple of questions that we're going to start off with. First of all is, to me, dating. So in order to get married, you have to date, you have to meet your spouse. So to me, and then I want you guys to tell me what your idea of dating is. To me, it means to compile data on a prospective human being, okay, to see if you can be in a romantic relationship. That is my idea of dating. And then from dating, we're going to move into the being engaged and then being married and how long that takes. So I'm going to start off with Coach Sherri. Tell me what's your idea of dating.
Okay. My idea of dating, first of all, I feel like my husband and I had an amazing courtship. We dated for 3 years, and it was about us seeing if we had a lot of the same values, goals, if we were connected, and also to see how we both fit in each other's families, if our families were even connected, because we knew that, if we were going to make this a permanent thing, it would include not just us, it would include a lot of people. And so we both come from really big families. So dating, we went out all the time. We went to plays, to movies, to dinner. He cooked dinner for me. We went to family gatherings together, family reunions. We went to church together. So, making sure that even on the spiritual level that we were connected as well. We talked, I had deep conversations about the future, what it looked like, talked about our past experiences and saw the similarities in our childhoods. And that really helped, I feel, to make our union solid. It made me not only fall in love with him, but to like him. And to me, that was a very important thing, was to not only love him, but to like him as well.
Okay. Thank you for that. And Miss Yoyo, let us know what your idea of dating is.
Okay, so we want to be transparent, right?
Yes, we are.
Dating for me was like just getting it in. Whoever it was that I could get with. No, I'm just kidding. That's not it. So they was like, dating for me was only for marriage. I didn't date you. I was looking for a marriage mate. I made a choice to date. If we were, I couldn't bring a person home to my mother on just a date. Like we just out hanging, I couldn't bring them home. By the time I told my parents that we were dating, that meant that we were close to engagement. Maybe that's why I've been married 4 times.
Hold on one moment. Hood girl, turn your volume down, your YouTube volume down.
Okay. Person home to my mom.
Go ahead, Yo-Yo.
Yeah. So maybe that's why I've been married 4 times, because I did not date. I didn't date like haphazardly or just spontaneously. That's why I've been married 4 times. Does that mean?
Hold on one moment. Hold, girl, turn your volume down, your YouTube volume down. Has YouTube on in the background. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Turn the YouTube down. Yeah. Okay. I think she got it.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what dating was. But dating was in view to marriage. And by the time I even said that I was dating someone, we were pretty much sure that that's what we were going to do.
Okay. So Dr. Nicole, I'm going to ask you, what is your idea of dating? And then, guys, I have another wonderful question for you.
So I probably have to agree with Coach Sherri in that, dating is an opportunity for you to see if your pieces fit together, right? If your puzzle pieces come spiritually connected. Is that me? I don't have anything in the background.
Oh, hold on, listen. Yeah, I hear like a phone ringing. Okay, go ahead, Dr. Nicole.
Yeah, so basically making sure your pieces fit together. Are you spiritually connected? Are you emotionally connected? Are you physically connected? Not necessarily intimately, but like really just understanding if those connections work. I think that a lot of people get stuck in one state, right? They're like, oh, I'm really physically attracted to him, but they don't realize, do our families align? Do our values align? Do our spiritual beliefs align? And they overlook that. So I think dating is an opportunity to really be able to explore those things to see if you would like to take it to that next level of marriage.
Okay, Hood Girl, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, just turn your volume down a little bit. It's a little loud.
Okay.
And then a little bit more. And then tell us what's your idea of dating, just dating.
All right. Dating for me hasn't been for 3 years because I'm going through celibacy of my choice. Because I realize that dating today has changed.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody today has their own personal hidden agenda. I believe when it comes to dating, you have to be friends. I think that there should be a list of questions in the back of your mind that you need to ask while you're going on your first date, whether it's at the park or a dinner date or walk along the beach. I think there's a certain amount of questions that you should ask, because I believe that you have to get to know if they like anything that you like. So my first question would be, are you married? Because people don't wear wedding rings anymore.
Don't.
So first thing is, are you married? Second thing is, do you have children? Because my children are grown and gone. I don't want to raise anybody else's children. Whether that's selfish or not, I'm done. My youngest child is 36. Can't do it, won't do it. And then I want to know, if you do have children, how many baby mamas are there?
Oh, yeah, we're going to get into that.
The next thing is, do you like soap and water?
Oh.
Really, are your mom and dad still married? And if they are, what did you learn from their marriage?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been married, and how many times? And what did you learn if it failed? These are the questions that I have in the back of my mind that I think for me is important to ask, because you listen to how they would answer things, and that would give you the go ahead if you want a second date.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So we have Eat to Live Strong on the panel. How are you? Can you hear me?
She's
Eat
muted.
to Live. Yeah, I know she's muted. Eat to Live. Let me see. Hold on. I think she's muted on her end, but we're gonna keep on going. So
I can hear you. I'm sorry. I can hear you.
That's okay. How are you?
I'm feeling better. Thank you for asking. Hi, ladies.
Okay. Thank you for being on the panel. So the question that we were asking first is, what is your idea, or what does the word dating mean to you? But before you answer, guys, I have another question that I want you to just think about. And that is, how long should you date before you even think about being engaged? Not married, engaged. Because to me, those are different steps. So just be thinking about that. But Eat to Live Strong, what's your idea of dating?
Companionship. If we share the same core values, and just learning each other.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So, Coach Sherri.
Yes.
How long do you think you should date before you become engaged? And there's no right or wrong answer. I'm just asking your opinion, because my opinion may be different. So for me, I think you should date at least 2 years. Date, get to know each other. And I'm not so much old school, because I believe in living with someone before you marry them, because I need to know, like she said, how clean you are and all that. But I know some people don't, and that's fine. But I think in order to date for 2 years, you should, maybe, not all the time, because we know we have those people that don't tell the truth all the time, and they could already have another family on the other side of town. But just dating. And then after we answer that, then we're going to say, okay, now you are engaged. How long you should be engaged to get married? So the first one is, how long should you date before you become engaged? Because we all know some people, get engaged in 2 months, 6 weeks, 1 week, 1 day. I've seen people move in like the next day after the night of, So what's your idea?
So for me, I mean, I met my husband when I was 22 years old, and we dated for 3 years before we got engaged, and we were engaged for 9 months. But I felt like I needed to explore some things, and I wanted him to explore some things because I was his first serious girlfriend. I was the one that he brought home to meet his parents. He never brought anyone home prior to me. So 2 to 3 years if you're a young person, but if you are over the age of, well, let's say you're seasoned, you have a good career, everything's going for you. I think 4 seasons, dating someone for 4 seasons would be enough for getting engaged. Because people change with the seasons. Cold, they might get irritated. Hot, they might get irritated. There's no, so you want to see all that before you commit to them.
That's right. That's right. Miss Yoyo, what is your idea? Or what do you feel they should do before they get engaged?
Well, the thing was, like, listen to the ladies and the dating and everything like that. And my perspective was a little different because I'm going to hang out with you before I decide I'm going to date you. Now, a lot of people say, I'm not going to take you to meet my family or my kids or nothing like that until I know that you the one. I don't do it like that. So when I date, what I'm telling y'all, when I started dating, that meant that pretty much so I done figured you out. You pretty much there. Okay. Now there's room for error in the dating process. But once I say I date you, I'm dating. This is my boyfriend. This is my I've already introduced you to my kids. That's the first people I'm gonna introduce you to. Like within like 2 or 3 days. This is back in the day. I'm a little older now. But back in the day, that was the first thing I did. And the reason why is because if my kids don't like you, I ain't dating you. So I'm not about to sit here and go through the motions falling in love with you, and then you meet my kids, and my kids is like this. If my kids are scared of you, something wrong with you.
Kids know. Kids know when somebody is not right. Kids
they
know.
Do. They do.
Listen to your babies.
Yes.
Kids and pets. No.
Yes. And so a lot of people.
Who said that? Who said pet?
I did.
A lot of people disagree. They say, I'm not bringing you around my kid. Those are the first ones I'm going to bring you around because I'm not going to fall in love with you and then have to fall out.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to start making some bad decisions because I'm in love with you, knowing that I shouldn't because my kids, they like this when they always so inviting and always happy and just love on people. But when you come around, they like this. But I done fell in love with you. Now you eat, did you know? About 2 or 3 days if I really like you, because when you really when that heart is going like that, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, he here, oh, he calling. So soon as I get my kids ready to meet this person, just like a haphazard, like, oh, we're gonna go to the Coney Island. Okay, yeah, my kids is with me in the car. We're gonna just let's get a bite to eat. And then my kids be like, hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah. And then they around them more than me. Okay, boom, I can proceed. Now I can okay, cool. My kids like, they yeah, okay. Because trust me, my kids have not liked some people. My kids have been scared. I remember one time my son stood next to me when they met somebody. He was fine. He had green eyes. 6'3", smell good. He just did everything for me he could. But when my son met him, my son was like this.
Really great.
He didn't speak. He didn't laugh. He didn't even whine. I said, oh, something wrong with this dude. I let him go before I even found out what was wrong with him. He may have looked at my son and said, I don't know what happened, but my son was like this. And he was only 3. He was like,
listen to them babies. Listen to them. So how long do you think someone should date before
by the time I date you, and I'm about to tell everybody you my boyfriend, we done already kicked it. I done already figured out what your spirituality and all that before I go into the for real, because I already let a person know, okay, I'm not about that life. I got to get married. I can't, in all honesty, feel comfortable with myself for years and years, and we just, kicking it. So I would say between 8 months, because see, I'm already kicked it now. Remind you, I'm different. I've already kicked
You're right or wrong.
Yeah, I've kicked it for some time. So I would say about 8 months to a year, it should be going down pretty much so.
Okay.
I got some experience in some other things that has happened though. But I figure like this: if I could do it over again, the ones that I studied long, I studied wrong. I should have just went on and married them and not gave them the. Because see, if I had married them when I should have, instead of like waiting, all the things that we were doing was married type of material. We was acting married. So if we're married, what we gonna do? We gonna cover over with love and keep on staying with that person. But since I wasn't married to him, I was like, bye-bye. I'm not gonna deal with that.
Okay. Dr. Nicolia, what's your idea of, from the dating perspective, now before you get engaged, how long, or, like I said, no one's right, no one's wrong, just your perspective of that.
I actually agree with you. So I say about 2 years to be dating, and then about a year to be engaged. I feel like you go through a couple.
We're gonna come. Yeah.
Okay.
No, and then we're gonna come back to moving in, because now, and not so much in this day and age, in any day and age, a lot of women, I don't know if they're wanting to be in a relationship so bad they move a person in and don't really know them. So we're going to talk about that too. So the hood girl, how long do you think you should date before you become engaged? Like, get the ring, not be married, just engaged. What's your idea of that? Dr. Nicolia, is that all? Just the 2 years?
I was just gonna say, because I think people usually put on a facade or their best behavior or their best selves for that first time. So you see them for, two winters, 2 Christmases, 2 birthdays, once their guard starts being down, kind of see how they respond. Because their first birthday, they're gonna show out. The second birthday, they might forget it was your birthday, and it's like, well, maybe I'm not as important as I thought I was, or maybe this is really the pattern they have. So then you start to see people's real colors by a year or two.
So how do you feel about when you bring them around your kids or your pets? Do you feel that that's an indication that, hey, they see or feel something?
Yeah. So I'm newly divorced, so I have not actually been to the point of introducing anyone to my children yet. But I do know in this dating season I'm in right now that I am not in a position yet necessarily ready to introduce anyone to my children. I feel like once I get there, it's kind of like how men feel about bringing women home to their moms. I just feel like once I get to that point, like, you got to be really special. I also come from a counseling standpoint of like, I've seen a lot of dating gone wrong, where kids have been abused or taken advantage of, especially with moving in piece. So that is like a fear, in the back of my mind that I want to be really cognizant of, as well as what I experienced in my own personal life growing up. My mom was married to a man who was extremely abusive to us after moving in with us. And so for me, I'm very protective. And I have daughters at that. So I'm very protective over them in that regard.
I wish a lot of women thought like you, and men, because I have known a man who has moved a woman in, and he was taking care of his children. He had custody of them. The mother had passed away, and the lady actually hurt the child that survived from the mother passing, and the girlfriend killed that child. And, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. You really need to think before you move someone into your personal space, because you need to really get to know them. And I'm not against doing a background check. I'm not against that.
Me neither.
So, I know people like, oh, they did a background check on me. Yeah, sure did. I sure did.
I do one too. I sure will.
Yeah. So that hood girl,
and
what is
your mama's background check and your daddy's background check?
Okay, don't play. That hood girl, what do you think about dating before you get engaged? Just that part, just that section.
Well, how funny. I did a mukbang today, and I talked about that very subject.
Oh, you did?
I really did, this very subject. And what made me bring it up is that My son David and his girl is about to celebrate 4 years of dating. I said, when you meet someone, initially, you know if they're going to think of you as wife material, or boo thing, a sex thing, or a friend with benefits. Everybody knows. Once you get to hanging out a couple of days, you know. You just know if you want that man to be your husband. For me, I can only speak for me. When I met my husband, who is now deceased, we dated for 6 months and we got married at 9 months, and it lasted 6 years and he died. So I believe it shouldn't be a time set. You go for what you know, you go how you feel at that present time, because you know there are people who will date for 7 years, get married, and get divorced the next year.
Right.
So sometimes you just got to go for the gusto if it feels right, and you right there. You both know that you want each other. I want that man that says, "All right, hood girl, I can't live with my life without you, and I want to have that same time, baby. You feel the same way? Okay, let's do this. Come on." But really, at least I agree. At least a year, a whole season, as mentioned, at least 1 year. Everybody knows what page they're on.
Yeah.
Thank you. Eat to Live Strong, can you hear me? Dr. Nicole, you dropped off, but she's gonna come back. I told her to come to the panel. Eat to Live Strong, what do you think, just from dating to getting engaged, just that portion, what's your idea?
Okay, now I was super young, so it was 2 years for me. It was 2 years.
Okay. Now, why did you wait 2 years? What?
Well, because of my age, they didn't really want to marry me that young. And after going through all of the counseling with the minister and whatnot, he actually admitted that I was more mature than my husband.
I think she's back. Hold on. Let's see. Yep, that's her. Okay. Yeah, so let me see. I'm just waiting to see her. Oh, there she go. There you go. You're back. Thank you. So thank you. So okay, now what do you think about once you are engaged? You have the ring. He put a ring on it. He wants that thing now. Now, at this point, have you been intimate with him? Or are you really, really ready to get married? Because some people get engaged and they think we need to be engaged for 5 years before we get married. To me, if you want to marry me and we're engaged, I think 1 year to me, because that gives you time to plan, get your dress, your family, everybody. To me, I think once you have that ring and you have been in that relationship for 2 to 3 years, I don't think you should be waiting 10 years to say, "Oh, we're engaged." No, we're gonna be married, because you can't buy the cow and get the milk for free, in my opinion.
No.
Okay, and then we're gonna go into marriage after that. So let me know what you think, Coach Sherri.
Okay, so when I was calculating, my husband and I dated for 2 years, and then we were engaged for 9 months. Due to his career, once we got engaged, he was 3,000 miles away, and I only saw him once a month. And during that time, though, I was also planning our wedding, and our wedding had to be within a certain time frame due to his career. And so it couldn't linger. Like if it lingered, and I know people in his realm of work that he was in that would linger for 5 years until they break up and never have gotten married and things like that. And so that was not going to be my story, which is another reason why we even got engaged, because when his new contract came up and he had to go to LA, I told him, as your girlfriend, I won't be coming out to visit you. I didn't do that wifey thing, living with you, this, that, and the other. I don't care what you can afford. I'm not doing that. And the next week we were engaged. And from that point on, we proceeded to plan for our wedding. And our wedding was right after his season. And we got married that February. And it worked out. I mean, this is 25 years later now. Right. It worked out. But yeah, I don't believe in those long, drawn-out engagements. Yeah. If you know what you want, if the place you want to have your reception is available, if the church is available, then Let's do it.
You can. City Hall works, people. City Hall works. It actually works better than those $50,000-$100,000 weddings. Mark my words. But yes, was he military, Coach
I'm
Sherri?
speaking from
No.
experience.
Yep. What'd you say, Dr. Nicolia?
I was speaking from experience. I spent tons of money, $30,000 wedding, and I have a friend that did City Hall the same year, and her marriage lasts longer than a $30,000 wedding.
See, I believe it.
So,
Miss Yoyo, yeah, right? Miss Yoyo, what do you think?
Okay, so y'all, I'm transparent. I've been married 4 times. Okay, so we're talking 4 engagements. So I gotta like break it down. Let me turn my air off. So first time I got married, I was pregnant. And we decided that I found out that my son was sick, and so we had decided that we were going to go and get married because he knew I was going to need help. Because I was going to be in Children's Hospital, and he just wanted to be there for me. We were too young to make that decision, but that's the decision that we made.
Oh, she dropped off again.
The second time I got married, oh, and by the way, that didn't last long. We were just too young to make that kind of decision. And with my son going through through his illness that he went through, he was too young to really handle that. So we divorced, we separated. It was just a mess. But anyway, the second time I decided I'm not having sex before marriage. So one day he was at my house and he didn't want to go home. Now we had dated for about a year, and he came over to my house and he said, I don't want to go home. And I looked at him and I said, I don't want you to go home. So the next day we went to the Justice of the Peace. Yeah, the courthouse. So then that didn't work out because okay, y'all, transparency. My parents had a rocky marriage, even though they've been married 56 years. It was up and down and whatever have you. You know, my mother was a teacher. My father was a sales person for the bread company. What's the name of the bread company? Wonder Bread.
Wonder. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was really rocky with them. My dad, he was like top salesman, and my mother and all of that going back and forth in that school and all the stuff that she had to deal with. My father began to drink. My mother was a nagger. She nagged. She had 2 sons that died from the same disease that my son died from. So it was just bad. And I wish.
So how long did your first wedding last? Your first marriage last?
The first one lasted for about 2 years, and the second one lasted for 4 years. But let me tell you why I kept getting divorced. Because after seeing what my parents went through, I said, if I'm going to be unhappy, I'm done. Because I'm not doing what they did. I'm not going to have 56 years of marriage and unhappy. So every time I felt like I was getting sad and I kept talking and, talking to them and they wouldn't do anything or whatever have you, then I'm out. So I kept getting divorced. And that was the reason why. So what was the question about
the first marriage that you had? How long was it from when you were engaged to when you actually got married? Like
the first marriage was 2. The second one was 4.
Okay.
The third one was 3. Well, I'm gonna say 12 because even though we were together for 3 years, we didn't get a divorce. And each marriage I tried to do something different. So my third husband was Caucasian, blue-eyed, blonde hair. And I enjoyed that marriage, but it just didn't work out because of some other things that's going to be a whole together different panel. Burns, you do some good panels. I'm going to have to whisper what that problem was. And then you be like, oh, we can do that. But yeah, that didn't work out. So, but if I could tell you guys if I could do it again, like you said, Burn, I totally agree with you. The grass is not greener on the other side. I could have stayed with the first husband, but I'm glad I didn't because this husband is out of sight. But that's because we're mature. We got married in our 40s. You know, so it's not greener. You just trade a different stuff with another something. So it might not be the mama. He might not be a mama's boy like the other one was, but he liked to hang out with his boys. It's just different stuff. Just trust me. It's so when you ask me how long should you get engaged, you know, for me, by the time I decided that I was going to date you, our engagement only lasted for about a year, and then we were getting married. And I could have stayed married. I'm the one who decided that when I got sad and depressed or whatever was happening, I let the marriage go. But the marriage really could have went on further.
Okay. So I'm gonna let you talk. Hold on 1 minute, Hood Girl. We got Harrison Family Vlogs just joined the panel. What's up,
guys.
my brother? How are you?
I'm
so
good.
Hold on.
Hello,
after
Queens.
These
Hello,
two ladies,
Queens.
After these two ladies answer this question, then we are gonna come to you, and I will give you a heads up. The question, the first one was, how long do you think, or what's your idea of dating? What's in your mind? What does the word dating mean? So you think on that, and we'll come back to you. So Hood Girl, how long do you think you should be engaged before you actually go down that aisle and to the altar and say, I do or I don't? Because we're going to talk about that too, getting to the altar and saying cold feet. But go ahead.
Well, you have to be engaged and stay together until you have scheduled your wedding. after everything is in order, then let's do it. And somebody said something about the sex. Do you have sex in the midst of? You want to test that thing. You want it to work.
Well, I mean, some people don't, but yes.
Some people don't. Yeah, I have to see what I'm working with. I'm 57. I done been and seen a lot of things. Yeah. I need to know if you do shots. I need to know if you need to take pills. I need to know. I just need to know.
Okay.
And I'm gonna leave that right there. Just long enough that you can schedule your wedding, and once it's done and the marriage license is ready, then you do it.
So
no waste time, because everybody can change their mind.
Right. So how long do you think in your mind, not that it's right or wrong, so you got the ring 1 year?
1 year.
1 year. Okay. Eat to live strong.
Okay, so again, I was very young, and it was 2 months.
Okay.
We were married in 2 months.
Okay. But this is the man you're married to now, right?
32
and how long has it been?
32 years on the 20th.
See? Right. So it's not that it's wrong or that it doesn't work. It can work, but both people have to be mature and have to know. And we're going to get into this part now that we're talking about marriage, about when you get married. Most people that I know don't think about getting divorced. Like when you're getting married, you think you're going to be with this person forever. However, know that situation changes, and we're going to get into that. But I want to talk to Harrison Family Vlog. So what's your idea of the word dating, and what does that mean to you? Just the dating part.
Just the dating part. Dating is just two individuals having time to spend together to get to know one another in the early stages. It's without any real expectations, despite the attraction level. It's just a matter of let's see if we click. Let's see, and this may take a while. So let's spend some time together. Let's hang out. Let's enjoy each other's company if we can, and if we can't, move on. Okay. So dating for me is that. It's an opportunity to get to know somebody and to determine compatibility. And then if compatibility is there, then we'll take it to another level to see if we can be in an actual relationship together. Nothing too serious yet. That commitment aspect comes, in my opinion, much later, not like right away. Right? Some people tend to on the first date, fall in love, get committed, and then 2 years later, they've wasted 24 months of their lives. So it's just a matter of just get to know each other, no expectations. Let's just have a good time learning about one another. That's what dating is to me.
Okay, so you were married, right? You're not married right now,
I
right?
was married, and I am
So
married.
what's your idea of from the dating to getting engaged, and then from getting engaged, once you actually gave the ring, to getting married? What, in your idea, not that it's right or wrong, is your time frame you think some people should do that?
I think that people should spend the most amount of time in that phase of getting to know one another and determining compatibility. I don't, and this is just me. I don't really rock with the whole, 2-year engagement, 1-year engagement. If I know that you're going to be my wife and we're both confident in that, why are we hesitating? Like, why are we going to have like this engagement at that specific moment? If I invested a ring, a couple of $1,000s for a ring, you better be my wife. This engagement phase is not to determine if you're going to be my wife. The reason why I gave you the ring is because we're betrothed. That means I already saw the qualities in you that I appreciate in a wife. So you got this ring. We're getting married. All right. Okay. So we don't have to wait for this drawn out, elaborate. Well, I would love to have an elaborate wedding, but we don't have to wait for a long engagement to see if we can, be married. That should have been already determined.
Okay. So when you met or dated your significant other, how long was it before you introduced them to either your children or your pets? Because we have an idea of animals and children know if that person is a good person or not.
So some people have this idea, and there is absolutely no right or wrong answer here.
Right.
It's definitely for the individual person. My kids are my safety net. And I make it known that I have 3 kids. I also make it known that my priority at this specific moment of our dating or whatever, my kids. So, and when you do meet them, and I allow them to meet my kids a little early, because that is a huge determining factor of whether or not we'll go further into the relationship.
Speak up.
I don't have time to wait. I don't have time to waste. So maybe after a week or whatever, I'll set up a time where we do something fun together, where we'll go get some ice cream together. I'm not waiting that long. I'm not saying that I'm going to wait a week. There's no really science to it. When I feel that, let me have them meet the kids, and I introduce who she is as a friend, nothing more. And my kids will, kindly say, "Yeah, Dad, she's cool, but I don't know."
Oh,
and
something right.
Yeah, they're not thinking that, So they would have to like her too, and she would have to like them. And and again, like, I guess I'm 40, but I'm not like 20 something where I can wait that long. So wasting time right now at my age, how I feel, isn't the most wisest thing. So and that's
thank you. Hold on one moment. So we got Be Amazing Sylvia, but hold on, Be Amazing. Carter's Eat, I'm dropping the link for you. Carter's Eat is on our panel. Carter's Eat, I dropped the link. Please come on up. Thank you, everybody that's here in the chat. We got 30 amazing people, plus the people on the panel. Mods that are in the chat, could you please drop all of their links, my panelists' links, in the chat for me? And if you see a member, please also drop their links in the chat. We're going to keep on going. I'm going to have Be Amazing talk, and then I'm going to introduce Carter's Eats when she comes up on the panel. I dropped the link for her. So thank you, Be Amazing, for being here. So we're talking about being married. First, we were talking about dating. I don't know if you heard the question. What is your idea of dating? And then how long do you think you should date before you get a ring? Just engage, not engaged to marry. Okay. So I'm waiting for Carter's Eats. I dropped the link for her to come up. But thank you guys all for being on the panel. And I think this is a great informational session for everyone. Hold on, let me turn her down.
Green beans is in the
I can hear her. For everyone to, maybe someone that's going to get married or someone that's dating, maybe they can get some ideas and advice from some of us that are married or have been married or been married more than once or is divorced or is widowed. And we're going to get into all that. But let me bring Sylvia back up on. Hold on. Sylvia, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So I'm just going to add Carter's Eats to the panel. Hold on. Carter's Eats is here. Thank you, Carter's Eats. How you doing? Okay, so if you guys don't know, let me introduce the panel first. We got Coach Sherri at the top. Then we have Miss Yoyo next to her. Next to her, we have that hood girl to the hood. On the bottom, under hood girl, we have Eat to Live Strong. Next to her, we have Harrison Family Vlogs in the building. The only man on the panel. You brave, brother. You brave.
What did I do to get so lucky to be around all these beautiful women? Like,
then we have Be Amazing Sylvia next to him, and then we have Carter's Eats just joined the panel. So Carter's Eats, before Be Amazing Sylvia talks, we were saying, what is your idea of dating, or what do you think the word dating means? And then how long do you think you should be engaged before, after you date to get engaged? How long do you think that is? So I'm going to come back to you, Carter. Think about that. Be Amazing Sylvia, thank you. So let us know what's your idea of dating, or what do you think the word dating means?
Okay, now there's casual dating and there's dating. And as you get older, it changes. When you're young, in them teens, in them 20s, you do that casual stuff. You know, sometimes, and I ain't judging nobody, so don't get it twisted. Sometimes you just hit it and go. And that's just life. That's just what you do. You out there, you casually date. But when you get older and mature, you want to settle down. So when you settle down, you want to look for a man that's going to be that husband material or that wifey material. So me and my husband met, and I actually picked him up. I picked him up, and we met, and we dated. And it was just like a kick it thing for a little while. But then when I realized his amazing qualities, I'm like, hold up. This might just be this might be husband material. Because he was just so genuine, y'all. He was so kind. He was so genuine. And he always put my needs first. We dated for 4 years. Because me personally, I'm mean. And I don't take bull crap. And I will cut you. I will cut it. And I'll drop you. I mean, like, I don't want to deal with you. But he put up with all my bull crap. So after he put up with my bull crap, I'm like, he's a keeper because he put me on a pedestal and he gave me everything I needed. So we were engaged. I think we were engaged about a year. I think it was about a year. We had a big old wedding. Because I was like, if I'm getting married, I want top 9. So we had 5 bridesmaids, maid of honor, you know, we had flower girls, we had the whole 9 y'all. So, and it was amazing. It was a big wedding. It cost a lot of money. So I would advise anyone, you don't have to put that money out there. You can have a nice wedding and don't put it out there. But we put that money out there because that's just something I always wanted, a fairy tale wedding. So we did it. And it was nice. And we had church people there, we had friends, we had family. We had like maybe 150 people there. It was a big wedding. So it was awesome.
So you were dating a year before you got
4 years.
4 years before you got engaged.
From meeting to getting married. 4 years.
Oh, to being married. Okay.
Yes. So and we have been married 19 years.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. So I'm going to ask parties each, but the panels, I'm going to have another question for you. Would you guys do an arranged marriage? And if no, why? And if yes, why? So we're going to have Carter's each. Why are you looking like that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of paused because I've always believed in arranged marriage. I always have, just because I think class and socialism, but you know, times change, and I'm an old-fashioned girl, so like I kind of believe the 50s, the 60s, they were arranged. Families identified early who they wanted to see you with, that type of family. Yeah. So I kind of liked that. But as we began to get older and grow and learn and live and get in different environments, and you try to stay linked up to the family that your family had introduced you to, we became independent and we did our own thing. And that might have been when things went crazy. But you have to have an open mind first about what we're talking about. I'm talking about a serious topic, which is dating and marriage. And so people back in the day, you'll hear them say they stayed together for years and they knew them since they were a child. And they were able to do that because there was an understanding. That's the first thing. When you get married, there's an understanding. Now, this newfangled thing, like Mr. Harrison, I just heard him, I came in on the tail end of him saying, as you get older and you're more mature, you're strategically thinking about what you're doing before you enter this institution. And I think for those people that have said they've had relationships for years, number of years before they get married, they know it's a big commitment and a lot of work. But then when you get married, it's even all the more because you're talking finance, it's a whole lot more of everyday strategic thinking and communication. So arranged marriages from the 40s and 50s and 60s, they did exist, and people did get married because it was time for them to get married, and there was somebody in the neighborhood that they could trust and they knew, and they knew what to trust them. And it worked. Now, a lot of stuff happened outside the home, but those ladies still were conditioned to do what they were supposed to do. And divorce rate wasn't high. It was the newfangled thing, 60s and 70s, when we got more independent. And we said, we don't have to do what we said do, and we lost the grounding and the respect for the institution of marriage. So here we are, 2020, all of us powerful women on the panel, independent thinkers, married 2 times, 3 times, I'm married at the age of 40. We've already lived our best life, know what our expectations are, know who we are. We ain't got to put up with nothing. And there's this whole thinking. I've done it, I've made it. What do I really need you for? But then our strategic thinking becomes completely different. I'm getting married for, and then I do think it's important that we know the type of person we're looking to marry, and that goes in with the question that was asked, dating. I know after the first 2 or 3 days whether I want to be around this person that I'm particularly dating.
You said days?
After 2 or 3 days, I know what my expectation. If I don't see them, I know I don't pray there much longer. And me and my husband, exactly. I got married after 6 months of dating. Exactly. I got married after 6. I only dated for 6 months. But I met him I turned 40. So I met him in August. I turned 40 in December. We were engaged by March. Okay. And we got married in September. Okay. I knew I'd already done.
That's what we were saying. Yes.
I've seen the whole world. By 39, you've seen a whole lot of worms, horses, stallions, panthers, Rick Fox. You've seen them. And you say, okay, I'm looking for respect, kindness, still calls his parents. His daughter's only 3. Wait, he's 40. That means a black man that had a child after 35. The odds were great.
We can't.
Snatch that. We eat sushi. So these were things that added up that made me say, there's a quality that I haven't seen done by other brothers. And I was open to white. I was open to Caucasian, Chinese, whatever. But they had to also see me attractive. And so I won't be long-winded, but I'll just say that when I saw him come out of the bookstore, I knew he was the one. He had on soccer sweatpants that I liked.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I was not ready to come off the market. I liked her. So I was like, dang, we got to get married. It's time. And soon enough, we went on almost 10 years. And we did meet through a website, and I'm thankful, and God is real, and you have to actually bear down and pray, and you also have to have a spirit. I always say this, a spirit about anything, but you have to have a spirit about marriage. It's not for everybody.
Right.
And like
that's what we're going to get into that. That's right.
But I'm like, you gotta, after you spit and spat and fight and argue about which cheese you're going to put in the macaroni and cheese, you still have to be able to say, okay, I'll rub your feet tonight.
Right.
I'm done.
We were talking about that. We're going to talk about that. It's not always greener on the other side just because people think, oh, they're married and she has a husband or he has a wife. It doesn't. Sometimes I want to hit my husband with a sock puppet, okay? Because, look, okay, I'm not going to lie. It's not always peaches and cream and roses. You know, you have your bad days, but when you're married, to me, divorce is not an option because we in this thing to the end. Just because you left the toothpaste out don't mean we're going to get a divorce tomorrow. Sometimes you have to stick it out. Okay, but we're going to get into that. But
and if I could just quickly say thank you, Vernes, for having the panel. Coach Sherri, Ms. Yoyo, the Hood Girl, Live Strong, Heritage Family, the Amazing Sylvia. Good to see each and every one, and I apologize for being late. I was rubbing my husband's feet.
I'll see. That's okay. She was a late mom, right? Late in life.
Oh, I had my kids at 40 and 44, so that's the testimony, and that's why I'm on YouTube to remind people it's okay to start late, but you have to have a young spirit and still be willing.
Yes.
You know, to stay young at heart, but also know who you are and be like, don't do like, why you having late in life? Why you just being mad? Because I did, and I knew I was gonna do it. I just get a twist out, so y'all forgive how my hair looks.
Oh, it's okay. You look fine. So, Coach Sherri, and then we're gonna go around the panel. What is your? Would you guys do an arranged marriage? Okay, that's one. And then let us know how long you have been married and how did you meet your spouse?
Okay. I feel like my marriage was arranged in heaven because my husband and I both. My husband and I both come from praying parents, and I've met and dated. I'm a great guy magnet. I've always had great boyfriends, but my husband was the best of them, and I know that his mother and father prayed for someone like me, and I know my parents prayed for someone like him because they told us so. You know, his mother said at our wedding, you know, they've been praying for someone, and he brought me to them. And that's why I feel like it was arranged in that way. I pray for my children's spouses. I started praying for them when they were 3 years old because I know their spouses are born. I mean, I'm going to be probably setting up a wedding with Michelle Obama because my son's going to marry Malia, but that's another story.
You better speak that, girl.
But you know, but in terms of a traditional arranged marriage, you know, I mean, I know some cultures that's just how they roll, but you know, for me, it was just, you know, having someone in my corner praying for someone that was great for me, that was going to treat me right, that was being groomed well himself. You know, that was important. And in terms of your second question, what was that?
How long have you been married and how did you meet your husband?
Okay, so we've been married for 25 years, and I went to college with his very best friend. My husband was drafted by the Giants, and I'm from New Jersey, and he didn't know too many people in that area, so his best friend invited me over, and you know, I carried myself very well in college. I wasn't out there, you know, wayward or anything, so he thought I was a good person, and we connected right then and there, and from that day on, from November 1991, we've been together ever since.
Did you say the Giants?
Yeah.
That's my husband's team. He loves them. We're New Yorkers, you know that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So Miss Yoyo, do you want me to swing back to you, or you ready to answer this question?
I answered. Now, what's the question?
Okay. Do you believe in arranged marriage? And then, how long have you been married? Which we know you've been married for, but how did you meet? So let's go with your last husband. We won't go with the other three.
Right.
So, do you believe in arranged marriage? Then how long have you been married?
I'll be honest with you. I never thought about it, but shoot. Now, let's just say this. From what I know now, I would do an arranged marriage. I think my parents kind of know more than I did trying all those foods. But what I know now, though. But if you had asked me that when I was 18, 19, 20, no, I wouldn't have. I'm like, what? I mean, But what I know now, yes, I would have done arranged marriage from what I've gone through in my life. But this husband, I love what Coach Sherri said. She said her husband was made in heaven.
Yes, wasn't that amazing? That's beautiful.
Now, I never thought about that, but this husband that I have now, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all this one thing. Y'all gonna laugh. Now, have you seen Twilight Zone? And then now let me tell y'all that. Now this is stripped out, but it's true. So here, me and my husband, we've been married 8 years now. This August 4th was our eighth year marriage. I thought it was August 5th all this time, but it was actually the 4th because everybody called us on the 5th talking about something. Y'all ain't married on no 5th. Y'all married on the 4th. Because I know because when we came to y'all wedding, that's so-and-so's. Anyway, so check this out. So me and my husband, we sitting up here. I say, babe, I gotta save this money that we got in our hand right now because my mother's anniversary is coming up. And I usually spend at least $300-400 on their anniversary because they've been married like 50-something years. So then my husband like, you need to call my parents because I think their marriage is around October. So I called his mom. I say, hey, Mom, David told me that y'all's anniversary is around October with my parents. And so I figure, hey, if y'all around the same time, we can all go out because I was going to take them to see Mesa Incognito. And she said, yeah, we got married October 3rd. I said, my mom and them got married October 3rd. She said, yep, we got married October 3rd, 1964. I said, wait a minute. You see the upper register. Wait a minute, my mom and them got married October 3rd, 1964. She said, yep, we got married downtown at the Justice of the Peace. I said, wait a minute. My mom and them got married downtown at the Justice of Peace. She said, call your mother up right now and ask her to Judge Rabinowitz or whatever.
Oh my goodness.
Ask her who is on her marriage certificate because there was 2 marriages going on that day because me and Bill, that's her husband. She's me and Bill decided to get married in the morning and not the afternoon session. So call your mom and see which one was the judge and what time they got married. So I called my mom. I said, Mom, Damon and Mama and Dad got married October 3rd downtown with y'all. When did you get married? She said, hold on, I got all my information right here. Let me tell you. We got married in the morning at 11 so-and-so. Wow. I called his mom and say, when y'all get married? She said, we got married in the morning. I said, oh my God. She said, your mom got married in the morning? I said, yes. She said, there were 7 couples. And they must have been one of the couples that got married with us.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing. They both from different sides of the other in Detroit. One from Southwest and one from North. And got married together. And I ended up marrying their son.
Wow.
It goes deeper. My best friend, my best cousin. She said, I'm coming to y'all's wedding, but y'all know my birthday is July 27th. My husband said, that's my birthday. Hold on. It gets deeper.
No.
So one day, my husband's daughter was living with us, and it was Mother's Day. And so she comes home all late, and I go upstairs where she was at, and I say, hey, what did you do for your for your Mother's Day? Well, we went to go see my mom. Because her mother is dead. And so I said, oh, I didn't know what to say. She said, but it was a good thing. She said, but it took us so long to get there. And I fell asleep and it was just dragging and dragging. I said, yeah. I said, how long did it take? She said, about an hour. I said, yeah, it took us a long time for us to get to my son's cemetery. I said, where's your mother laid to rest at? She said, White Hill. Where's my son laid to rest at?
White Hill.
And my brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Hey, like who said it? B&B said there are no coincidences. Look at God. That's right, B&B.
So this husband here, I'm gonna tell y'all something. My mother always say you love this one more than you love the other ones. But really, I do love this one more, but I'm just at the point right now, I'm not going to get divorced. I mean, unless he really do something really crazy. But all that other stuff that I divorced all them other people for, all them 90 men that I divorced, I'm not. All them other men I divorced, I'm not divorcing this one for those reasons, because I done grew up. And I realized that, you know, I just have to toughen up, you know. I mean, you know, yes, does it cross my mind? I remember, you remember that movie called Runaway Bride, and every time she about to run, that was me. Every time something went bad, I want to go on and get a divorce before, you know, it goes down like my parents. But
okay, how did you meet your last husband? And then we're gonna go to Hood Girl.
How did I meet him? Oh, okay, yeah. You know, that's why I'm a comedian, because these are the funny things that happens in my life. That's why I have to laugh to keep from crying. So I was DJing and doing, I had my own karaoke company, and I had a boyfriend when I met my husband. So my boyfriend, he was helping me, you know, put my equipment together at the club and this and that and so and so. Now, Damon, he coming to the club every Monday. He ain't singing no songs. He ain't dancing. He ain't doing nothing. He just there for almost like, I would say, a year or two. He was just sitting in it. And so then Eric was like, yo, I think that man right there trying to talk to you. I said, that man ain't said nothing to me. He said, no, I'm finna ask him why he come over here, why he come to the club. Why does he come to the club? So he went in that. I said, why you gonna ask this man? I don't even know his name. I said, this man is, he's waiting for you. I said, that man ain't even said nothing to me. he go, this is how I found out what Damon's name was. And I walked with him, you know, and he said, hey man, how you doing? My name is LC. He said, yeah, man, I know. He said, yeah, what you coming to the club for? Because, you know, you've been coming every Monday. I see you every Monday. You waiting to sing. You trying to build up your courage. You trying to do karaoke or something? He was like, no, man, I just come because I'm in between jobs right now. And I did a extensive buyout. And so I got a little money, you know, so I'm just sitting here, you know, just chilling, you know. So, and he said, oh, what's your name? What's your name, man? Oh, my name, Damon, blah, blah, blah. That's how I found out what my husband's name was. So as soon as me and Eric broke up, guess who started helping me break down my equipment?
See?
Oh, he was waiting. They know, don't they? They know, because I was clueless. I was like,
look at Harrison. Look at Harrison. Look at
I know him and the man in the moon. That man ain't waiting on me. I don't even know his
name. I wish I could put the spotlight on you right now. Harrison is a mess. Oh my God. Thank you, Miss Yoyo. We're gonna go to the Hood Girl. So how did you meet your husband, or how long have you been married, or tell us that part?
I met my husband at a neighbor's barbecue down the street from Mother's house.
Wait. Would you do an arranged marriage? No. Okay. That's all I just wanted to know. Okay.
And he was actually the cook, and his food was good. So yeah, you know, I love a man that can cook. But I met him at a barbecue, and then but just so happened when I met him, I realized that his auntie was my best friend at work.
Oh wow! See, coincidence again, guys. Look at that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ain't that something?
Now, how long were you married, or tell us, you know, your story?
I was married for 6 years, and he died of a silent heart attack in his sleep.
Okay.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, sorry about that. Now, is that your only marriage?
Yes.
Okay. So we are going to go to Eat to Live Strong. Would you do an arranged marriage? And how long have you been married, and how did you meet your husband?
No to the arranged marriage, because I got to make sure this is somebody that I can vibe with. So I would not do an arranged marriage. I've been married for, I might as well say 32 years on the 20th.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I met my husband at
Okay.
I met him at work. I met him at work. I didn't like him when I first met him. He hired me.
Wait a minute. What?
I didn't like him.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And then years later, we became an item.
And this is your only marriage, right?
That was it.
Okay. So Harrison?
Yes.
Would you do an arranged marriage? And are you married now? And if so, how long? Or how did you meet your significant other that you're with now?
All right. So what I would do an arranged marriage depending on who's doing the arranging. So I think arranged marriages will allow outside people who really care about you to help you focus on what's important in the marriage. And that's just the commitment to one another, and then allowing that love to grow, finding out why you guys are good together, and then allowing the love to grow.
And it doesn't hurt that you get a dowry.
So it would help.
That doesn't hurt now. Or a cow, or a goat, or a farm, or whatever they're going to give you.
Yeah. True. I was married for all right, so I was married legally for 12 and a half years, but married before the separation 10 years. So legally 12 and a half years, and then married when she left about 10 and a half years, or 10 years and a couple of months. And how did I meet
no, you're current.
my
We don't want to
ex-wife,
talk about
or
what was. We want to talk about now.
My current? Well, so the current, let's just say the internet's a great place to go.
Like, did you meet her at a store,
at a
shop? Like, where did you meet her at? Internet?
The internet. The internet's a great place.
Nothing wrong with that. No right or wrong answer.
Yeah. So
they in the chat.
All right. No.
Yo.
What is going on here?
You think somebody in the chat?
It might be. I don't know.
Good luck trying to search for that one.
Okay. Thank you. No. So, Be Amazing Sylvia.
Yeah.
Would you do an arranged marriage? And then how long have you been married? No. Okay. How long have you been married, and how did you meet your husband?
Absolutely not, because nobody's gonna choose who I'm gonna be with. I'm choosing.
But it could be your forever hubby.
Yeah, it could be, but I ain't going down that road. Sorry. So. What was the other? We met in a club, and it was so funny. It was so funny.
And they're in the club.
Yeah. Hey, look. I was a club hopper, so I went to all of the clubs, and he was a club hopper too. So we always seen each other in all these clubs. But he just watched. Y'all know I was working at. I'm like, yeah, he watching me. So I'm strutting around like a little peacock, just waiting for him to approach. He took too long. I was like, look, he's fine. I'm going to pick him up. So I walked over to him and I said, would you like to dance? And he was like, yeah. And that was it. And we dated, like I said, 4 years. And we've been married 19 years. So we've been together 23 years.
Awesome. Yep. Before we go into you, Carter's Eats, I want to say happy anniversary to NQ's World. She was on last night. Her and her husband, it was their anniversary. Hello, everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. We are talking about marriage and dating and how did you get there, and that it's not always greener on the other side. So I'm going to ask Carter's Eats, and then I'm going to tell you my idea of an arranged marriage. So Carter's Eats, would you do an arranged marriage? Then how long have you been married, and how or where did you meet your hubby?
I'm about to ask Arthur how long we've been married. I can't remember. We got married in 2011, September 2011.
Tina. Yes.
11. 9.
Just tell Arthur come to the screen. Mr. Arthur, how long you been married? Because your wife don't
He ain't
know.
gonna know. He ain't gonna know. When you get old like this and you start raising kids, it gets crazy. I'm like, look, it's our anniversary. Hope we wake up.
Oh my goodness.
I hope we get to do something. Who knows what C19 will have us doing. But I did divulge earlier that we met online.
Okay.
And, we're from I'm from a small town. He's from Charlotte. So I lived in this small town, and I said, I know every Black man in Gastonia. How come I don't know you? And he was like, well, I don't go out much. I do a lot of cooking, and I love to watch movies, so I don't go out the house.
There goes, guys. That cooking again.
It is.
I was cute and 180, size 12. As soon as I met that dude after 6 months, I swole up to like 205. Anyway,
love would do that. Love would do that.
I ain't never ate no ribs in my life. I'd never gone to a buffet in my life. And met this country dude, and he got me out here doing all this stuff. And anyway, we had so much fun. Just fun movies, black and white movies. And like I said, it fit, it worked. We both had the same expectations. I said I would never marry anybody from the military. And that is the part. They're just crazy. They are really crazy. The whole mindset of a military man is completely different than anything I'm used to, because I'm not disciplined like that at all. And I'm the youngest child. So so that's like our angst. But we survive. We work it out. You need the ebb and flow. You need somebody that's organized in this capacity, and then you be unorganized in that capacity. And where I'm organized, he's not. So it works. And then the other question was, yes, I did divulge that I believe in arranged marriage. I really, because I think part of the marriage process is learning and loving as you grow together. And if whomever decides to put you together, I'm sure they'll do it with your best interest at heart, and they know your characters, they know his. And it's a different time frame that it would have been in, but you would have grown to love them. And then if you didn't,
right,
you probably just would not talk to each other, but you still be coexisting. And that happens in life. There's a lot of people that are married that just don't even love each other anymore, but they stay together. So shout out to those that still have that thing called love or like in their marriage. And you just have to be realistic when you share this with people, that it ain't what it looks like on TV. People there's depression, there's anger, there's sadness. People have emotional and mental issues that you find out later down the road, or illness can happen. And that's when that vow comes into place, for better or for worse. You can't just run as soon as they get sick. And I just did a review on Master P because I was blown away, and I'm not faulting I'm going to shut up in a minute, but I was like, 20 years and they were married, and that's just like Michael Jordan, and that's just like Russell Smith. After 20 years, to make it 20 years in the industry and married is a coup.
A long time,
But for them to give up, it kind of like, but that's part of when you get married young. So, yes, I believe in arranged marriage. Blake, say hey to everybody.
Did you ever tell us how long you've been married?
I don't know. I said 9.
9 years.
Okay, yes. Bye. Kiss. Bye. She said not near one of y'all. Thank you for your time.
That's all right. I would not now do an arranged marriage. However, about 20, 30 years ago, if it was my favorite actor, I'm not gonna lie, my favorite actor or rapper, and at the time they said, because when you're in arranged marriage, it's not you, it's your parents, it's your dad and the other person's dad saying, oh, if I give you my daughter for your son to marry, then you give me that land and that cow and that house. That's what an arranged marriage is. And then the two people tend to wind up to love each other after they have children, because yes, they have to make the marriage, they have to, do when they get married. Thank you. They have to consummate the marriage. So then at that time, they may love each other or they may not. Okay. Yeah. Like Color Purple, as we all know, That was
real. It's real.
You know, it was an arranged. Exactly, it was an arranged marriage, which she couldn't stand him, but they had children because they had to consummate. Exactly. So now I would not, but I'm just saying. But I have been married 20 years. April that just passed. However, this is my second marriage. My first marriage, I was married 7 years, and I was a young widow at 23 with 4 babies. And I met him, and this is so strange, through a young lady that used to date my brother. And my mother was that lady on the block who everybody came to her house, and she just took them in and let them stay there and fed them, but in a good way, not ratchet, like in a good way. Like, you still going to go to school, you still going to work, you know, stuff like that. Because some people don't do that. Some people want it to be a hangout house, and she didn't have that. Well, this girl I wind up calling her my sister because I've known her since I was 8 years old. She just recently passed away about a year ago, but she introduced me to my first husband, who is now deceased. And it's just like, wow, look at how things in life happen. So my new husband that I've been married to 20 years, we met him through a girl who I used to call my friend. And I was at work, and she kept telling me, come with me to meet her boyfriend. And I was like, I'm dirty, I'm dusty, I'm just came from work, my hair's in a ponytail, I don't feel like going up there. It's just gonna be a minute. We'll take a taxi. They didn't have Ubers back in the days. They had taxis. Okay. This New York City now, so you guys got to remember it's different. So I went with her, and I met my now husband, and I asked him to put my soda in the refrigerator. And when I left, I was like, oh, I forgot my soda. And he wound up asking her boyfriend for my number. And I'm like, why? Like, you know, over my head, because I'm not thinking, I'm like, I'm a widow, I got 4 kids, I got baggage. Who's going to want to marry a young lady with 4 kids? You know, I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking, I got to raise these babies. You know, that's what I was thinking.
Right.
He wound up talking. I gave him my number, and he couldn't get my name right. He called my house like 10 times. He asked for Lorraine. Click, I know Lorraine live here. If you really want to know me, you'll get my name right? Yes. I bet you got my name right that next time. And we've been together ever since. But I'm just saying, it's up to how you meet that person. Like you said, you don't know what's going to happen. So that brings me to this question. If you got married, or for the ones that are not married, say you're married and your spouse is a burn victim, or gets Alzheimer's, or gets cancer, and be honest, would you stay if it was early on in your marriage, like the first 5 years? Would you stay? Because that's a question that you have to ask. My niece is young. She's 26, and her boyfriend is 29, and they were in New Zealand. They were teachers, and he had a stroke, and it's really bad. So in my opinion, this is just me, I don't think that she should continue with a marriage, because they were getting married, they're engaged. I don't think that they should be married, because she has an opportunity to become a mom, a wife, and unfortunately, because he's ill, I just say I don't think they should, but I don't know if they are or not. But I think they should consider that. Because they're so young.
Right.
Because you have to remember, when someone is sick and you're married, that's what I was saying, divorce is not an option. That means there's a chance you may not have children. There's a chance that he may get sicker. There's a chance he may have to go in a nursing home. There's a chance you may get sick. So that's something you really have to think about. So let me know if you guys were to be in that situation, and it was early on in your marriage, the first 5 years, would you stay, or would you consider leaving? Being honest.
Yeah.
Coach Sherri?
I would stay, because I mean, my husband, his job was a Russian roulette. Every day it was a Russian roulette for what he did, in terms of he could have gotten paralyzed, he could have died. I mean, just a lot of things. And, you know, as he's progressed, you know, he played for 10 years and been retired for longer than that now. He has a lot of mental issues now and physical issues, and I'm not going to leave him. That's not what my vows is all about. It was in sickness and in health. And so, you know, but I know a lot of women do abandon. I mean, that's why I know in the NFL, the divorce rate is 80%.
Yeah.
And it's different. It's a challenge, but
It is.
like
the Tyler Perry movie when the guy got shot, and the girlfriend just wanted the money and she left.
Yes.
But then the wife came back and took care of him and brought him back to health.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I don't know if I would have did that. I'm not gonna lie. I've been like,
right now, once I left, if I'd left and things were good, and I wouldn't come back, but if you're already in the marriage, I feel like that's what you get married for. You don't get married just for the good times and all this. So, like I said, I like and love my husband. So why would I leave just because this happened? I mean, he sacrificed his whole entire body, mind, body, and soul for that career to set our whole family up forever. So why would I leave him? That's just not. I'm
just gonna skip around the panel for one moment. Harrison, what would be your idea, or what would you do? Honestly, you can say yes.
Yeah, so if my significant other, my wife, got ill and sick, right, then I would stay because I think like love is not just an emotion; it's a choice. So if I chose to love this person, then I got to be committed to this person no matter what happens. I got to be committed, and it said, like as for me, and this is just me, like I wouldn't be comfortable making a commitment to love this person, and then if she becomes physically incapable of caring for herself or even for me at any given time where I need like physical needs met. That says a lot about me, I think, and I don't want not that I don't want people to think negatively of me. That's not the premise behind it. Just that if I made a commitment to this person, I got to stick through it. And if I chose to love this person,
we do know that this happens, right?
Yeah, it does.
We are aware that a wife can get cancer or a husband, and the other person will leave. So this is what I'm saying. In my marriage, my first marriage, when my husband was sick, it was only a week. He was fine, and then he died, and we were like, "What?" But if I was like my niece and we were young and we weren't married, I don't think I would have even gone with the marriage. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I would have went on with it. So, Hood girl, what do you say? What?
Well, if I'm married,
5 years in,
your vows, you say your vows. If you're married for the right reason, that is, you live your vows for better, for worse, through sickness and health. You live it. But if I was dating somebody, if I was not in love, I wouldn't stay. Yeah. But for my husband, yes. I mean, absolutely.
Mama.
Yeah.
Eat to Live Strong, what would you say?
Yes, I would. Early on, I would follow my vows, and the way it happened, it did happen because I was the one that became ill, and he stuck through, and he's still sticking through, and I just don't feel. I know we didn't ask for this in the marriage, but things happen, so I would definitely stay. I would not leave. No.
Be Amazing Sylvia.
Okay. When you
Take a
get
deep breath.
married, no, I'm just thinking. I'm really truly thinking about this. Being honest, when you get married because you love this person. You commit yourself to this person. You put vows before the Lord. So it's your duty to make sure this marriage stays whole. So yes, if my husband, now, we almost 20 years in, if anything happened to him, I'm going hardcore. I'm going to do everything in my power to save him. I'm not going nowhere. But in those first 5 years, we argued so much. I probably would have left him. No, I'm just playing. The first 5 years are the worst years when you're married. Because you're trying to, I'm serious, y'all. You're trying to combine two personalities. You're trying to merge two people. So it was really hard for us. Our first 2 years, we argued 24/7. And it doesn't help. We were both Aries, both dominant, both want to be right all the time. We had to get past that. And me being a female, and y'all know how females are, we have to be the bigger person sometimes. We got to let it go. So I let a lot of little stuff go, but I fought battles I felt I needed to fight. So, but we got past the hump. But in actuality, I realized I loved him within the 2 years, our first 2 years of dating. So, yes, I would have stuck with him the first 5 years. And I would have hoped and prayed to God that whatever that illness was, it wouldn't have affected us to have kids. But you never know the past.
Never know.
And if God bring you to the person and he puts you there, you're there for a reason. So if the illness did affect having children, it's so many babies out there that can be adopted. So, you know, you can't just sit there and say, oh, I can't have babies. I don't want to be with this person. That's selfish. That's selfish. So, yeah, I would have stuck around long as we were married. Now, if we were dating, like you were saying with your niece, I don't know about that.
Because, I think she should reconsider. I'm not gonna lie, you know, because I think it's a long, and I'm gonna have Miss Yoyo talk. But before, because this is what we were talking about, her and Coach Sherri before we got on. People think, oh, you're married. It's green on the other side. You both have, you have a husband or you have a wife. You guys don't need help financially. No, you still need help financially. You still need help. You still need your girlfriends. You still need to know who you are as a person. Don't, for even though you're married and you're a unit, and you got to remember that person has parents. Does their parents need to come live with you if they get sick? Are you okay with that? If they have a child and the child is sick or ill, are you okay with that? So I'm going to ask.
I have a question. Go ahead. I know I'm not moderating this talk, but let's say that situation with your niece, right? What if, right, she's willing to redefine the relationship, and so that it's not leading to marriage or it's romantic anymore, but it's just that, I can't be married to somebody, but I want to be there for you, with you, as you go through this healing process, but not as your girlfriend or a potential mate anymore. Would that be okay?
Oh yeah, they can still be friends. I just think that she should reconsider because it happened in, October. I forgot. I told you guys when it happened. I think it was in October, and they came home and they were supposed to get married in March. So I'm like, I think you should reconsider. I didn't say it to her. I said it, within the family, but I just think that something she should have reconsidered. But I don't know what they're going to do. They are still friends. They are still together, but they're just not married. So, but Miss Yoyo, what would you do? Like, for how long have you been married? This marriage?
8.
So the first 5 years, and like I said, no right or wrong. It's just you guys telling me your opinion.
I'm glad you let me be last. Carter eat. Look at Carter.
I know she always got that face like
like what? But
Yoyo, you're funny.
This is the thing. Now you said the first 5 years of marriage. Okay, so this is the thing. If my husband got sick, I would be there for him. But if I got sick, I would need you and everybody else on this panel to remove me from the home. That man is not going to do what he's supposed to do.
You know that.
Remove me from the home. I need somebody that's going to do what they need to do, and he is not going to do that. Well, you love me? Yes. But please, as soon as I can't do for myself, I need everybody on this panel to sign this affidavit that says that you will remove me from the home. Now, I will be with him because I'm going to take care of him the right way. I get up and do what I'm supposed to do. I'm very responsible on that. I'm not going to let boo-boo or anything happen on this. He's not going to have no sores. He's going to eat. He going to still do what he usually do. He like to play games. I'm going to have his game, all that. But for me, clearly remove me from the home.
Okay.
And all of my money and whatever else, remove that too.
So Carter's Eats, if you want to answer, you can, because I do have another question.
I was gonna say that if we were dating and he got ill, is that what the question was?
Yes, or if you were 5 years into the marriage.
Oh no, you can't leave when you're in the marriage. You got to stick it out.
Okay.
It's a commitment. But prior to, I'd probably say, I'm a little shallow. I'll be transparent. But no, I probably would. My heart is so big. I would stay, but I would hope that the person that I'm in that relationship with, his heart is even bigger, and he'd be like, I don't want you to stay. I want you to go live your life. He'd be like, nah, you can't stay. I want you to. And that's how that would go. But okay, I'll wait for the next question.
Okay. You're married 8 years. Come to find out, your spouse, man or woman, has a whole nother family. Are you no, serious? We know this
First off,
happens.
if my spouse had a whole nother family, I neglected that marriage in the first place.
Are you staying?
We going to talk to her. We going over to talk to her.
We all going? Come on, y'all. The whole YouTube go.
I'm not a fighter, but that's my response. I'm great taking my husband. I need somebody to watch the kids. We're gonna go talk. We all gonna go have a sit down. We're gonna talk. That's the first thing I'm doing. I'll be quiet.
Just talk?
Yeah, I don't fight, Harrison. I don't know how to fight. I'm from Chapel Hill. I don't know how to fight. I ain't never had to fight. I don't fight. I want to talk. Find out
what
how
are you going to talk about? You're going to talk about an option of staying or leaving?
I want to talk about how long this has been going on. What is your investment? Does he live here? He got clothes here. How much your bank account he got? What's going on? I need to talk.
For me, infidelity is a game. It's a game breaker. That's
okay.
The number one thing. Like, I feel like if you had to seek someone else out, then I wasn't doing everything that I could do. Then I must not be all that you need, and I'm not one to share. I've never been, ever. That's why I told my husband before we got married. I said, "Listen, I need you to go out with your friends because I'm going out with my friends, and I need you to get whatever you have in your system out." This is before we were engaged or anything. He chose not to do that because he felt I was that one, and I realized he was that one because when I would go out, the other guys were duds. They weren't. There was no comparison. And I always kept him at the top of my mind because he fulfilled me in every way. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you don't start doing that when you get married. When you get married, all that seeking out other people, finding interest in other people to that extent that you're going to now have a whole nother situation going on, that's a deal breaker for me, 100%.
Right, GS
Hold on, one moment. J3GS Farm says define another family.
That's what I mean when I need to talk. I need
another person, man or woman, and they have a child, and it's 4 or 5 years.
Oh no!
Now, mind you, you've only been married 8, so you don't know about this person. Mm-mm. So, are you staying?
No, not at all.
No,
I'm not even. We know this happens, right? And Coach Sherri, in the field that your husband is in, like you said, the ball players, we know this happens, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. And I mean, and when I talk to the other wives, I'm that oddball. I'm the one that has not happened to, because I said that at the door. At hello, my name is Sherri. That's something I don't put up with. I never have. If you feel like there's someone else better, let me know. I'll bow out. I'm not trying to fight for anybody's affection or attention. I mean, there's plenty of people out there.
But there's so many.
I'm going to ask you, Hood Girl, but hold on, Harrison.
Yeah.
So if you were married and you found out your wife had a whole nother man and a child you did not know about, and you've been in this marriage for 8 years, like seriously, because men, to me, see it different than women. I know women will stay and try to figure it out, but men are like, no, bye. So what?
The situation would probably look like this, though. In that kind of situation, it'll look like she cheated, and I thought this child was mine, and the child really wasn't. So that's what it would look like. Because if my wife was pregnant
No.
No.
Right. You didn't know that.
So she's not gonna have, she can't get pregnant and have a whole nother family with another guy without me knowing, unless I was like in the military somewhere or on deployment.
It happens.
If that was the case,
that happened too.
I don't know if I could stay in that situation.
Okay.
I would have to really bow out and say you really need to.
And I'm not making light. I'm saying these situations really happen, and this is why I'm bringing it up.
It happened with
people
my family.
do stay. Yeah,
no, it happened with my family.
They do.
And I kid you not, without exaggeration, if you are a Harrison living in Brownsville, Brooklyn, we are probably related. From my understanding, my grandfather had 3 families living within a 1-mile radius from each other.
Wow.
Rolling Stone.
So,
and my grandfather had 2. But it's real.
Yeah. So, I kid you not, true story. 2 years ago, I officiated my cousin's wedding, and that was the first time we ever met. The first time we ever met. Because his mother is his father is my mother's brother. But they have 2 different mothers. My mother and his brother has 2 different mothers. But they all lived within the same, area.
Close cousins.
Yeah.
You still need to talk to me offline, Harrison. I'm serious.
Yeah, let's talk. Yeah.
Okay, hood girl. Seriously, honestly, would you stay or would you go? Because like I said, some people would stay, some people would go. What would you do?
Well, that's kind of like a two-edged sword, kind of, sort of. Is he having relations with the family after we're married? That's kind of like a two-edged sword. If he had a family before me, that it happens. But my thing, well, are you still active with this woman and me?
Okay.
That's what I would like to find out. So I'm kind of like with you, Quarters D. I'm kind of like with you. I want to talk. Let's go. Let's go talk. Because I want to know now if you're still not sexually active and hanging out, going to dinners and all that, but this is your family before I accept it. But if you're having relations, still be a family, and with me, it's a no go.
That can't work.
Yeah.
I didn't have a conversation.
Can I throw a wrench? Can I throw a wrench in it?
Yep, go ahead.
What if like outside of the infidelity and you didn't know, what if he was doing an amazing job providing
that's what I'm
both
saying.
Families?
Because you never knew.
No, that's not enough. That money is not enough.
No, okay. But like what if he's like actually providing? Not just like okay. I'm just asking. I'm not saying that I agree with it.
Okay. Did anyone else want to answer that question, or you want me to go on to the next one?
I'll answer the question.
I might have an affair too then. I mean, if he's gonna do all that, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and then we just sharing the mortgage, or he's taking care.
And
you know what I'm saying? So if that's the kind of foolery we in, then that's the lady is probably going to be of a character where she's doing what she's going to do as well.
Okay.
Now I wouldn't stay. No, I don't want to talk to the other family. That happened on my in-law side of the family, Barbados, and on my stepfather, Barbados. They had a whole, and they took care of both families. Ooh. But I wouldn't do it. The only thing I'm going to tell him to do, make sure you have insurance policy on his sick A, because I'm canceling the policy. I'm not paying for his funeral expenses or anything. No.
Oh, yeah, no.
Done deal. Not going to do it. Can't do it.
This happened to my my husband's mom. I mean, yeah, my husband's mom and dad. Come to find out, he had another child that they found out when he was dying. And somebody that found out that he was dying wanted him to come clean. Somebody called his daughter up to the hospital, and she was there by his side. And everybody that walked in said, well, who is she that looked like us? And she was in her 30s. And so, you know, he had been taking care of her all along and had a relationship with her, and nobody knew who she was, that was their sister. My husband, you know, they found out that they had a sister. And
okay, Carter, I'm dropping it again for you. She got kicked out.
And so, I mean, you know, but at that point, you know, she was older. They were older, and I didn't know how she was going to handle it. I mean, you know, I don't care if you 30 or you 70. I mean, when you find some information that your husband got a whole nother, you know, situation, but he was not sleeping with the mother of this child, but he did
before
had that baby during the marriage,
right?
And he never once said nothing until he was on his dying bed. So she never did get a chance to knock him out or nothing, because he died now.
Yeah. Okay. Let me say something. My father had a lady upstairs from us, and she got impregnated. So he came downstairs and he told mother that this lady is pregnant with my child. So my mama shot him.
Oh,
did he live?
Yes.
Did he live?
Mama. All right. Okay. The next question.
Can I say something else about that?
Harrison, you need to come back in, Harrison, because I need to know what you think of this.
Burns, before you start, can I say one more thing about that? I always, because I talk to young male athletes a lot, and relationship questions always come up.
Oh yeah.
And I tell them, when you step out on your relationship, it's dangerous for your spouse.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, that other person knows who your spouse is, but the spouse has no idea. And so they can be out and about, they can get knocked in the head, ran over by a car, and don't know what just happened, but it's because that person was trying to take them out. I remember when we went to the Saints, when my husband was free agent and went to the Saints. I went to the game. I'm thinking, I'm sitting amongst the other wives, the family, and everything's good. I'm saying hello. I'm what's up? How you doing? Boom, boom. Because he told me, oh, you know, everybody's really cool. You're gonna really like them. Nobody was speaking back. And I'm like, what's going on? And then my mother-in-law was with me, and she was like, excuse you, like, this is my daughter-in-law. Her husband is, you know, this person. She's new to the team. Like, what's going on? And I come to find out they were suspicious because the other guys will have their girlfriends in the family section. So they thought I'm a girlfriend or something. I'm like, really? Is that how it goes down?
Can you imagine?
Dangerous.
That level of stress.
And that's such disrespect on such a high level. That's why I have no tolerance for it.
Yep. Okay. So most of us up here are women. So Harrison, you just do it, but in a man's retrospect. If your spouse came to you and said they wanted to have a sister wife or a sister or a husband, do you know what I mean, Harrison?
A second husband?
Yes.
She can go ahead and have him, like, by herself. Like, no, you can't. No. Like, there's no reason for that to happen.
Ladies, would you have a sister wife? No. Well, think of it like this, ladies, before you say no. Listen. She can help you clean and cook. And that's
the thing. Like, what is money? Bruh, I got this. I don't need your help for nothing. Everything my wife has, I will meet.
Look, when I leave the house, everybody's leaving. Mommy,
I'll take out the garbage.
Cousin, friend, we all leaving the house.
And what he doesn't fulfill, I'll find it on the TV show.
He can be over there Sunday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then come back to you.
No.
People got hootie cooties and all that type of stuff.
Yes, they do, Carter. Yes, they do. Yeah.
We're going to get into that. That's next. Okay. Your husband or wife, respectively, goes on a business trip. And this has happened in real life, guys. So listen to what I'm saying. They go on a business trip. You think they're gone for, let's say 5 days. You get a call from the Nevada police. Hi, Mr., Mrs., whatever. I'm sorry to tell you your spouse has passed away. Of course, you're like, oh my God, what happened? Da, da, da. Well, come to find out, he or she was with 2 other people, 2 other men or 2 other women, and they set him up and robbed him, and he wound up getting killed. Are you burying him? What are you doing with the body? Are you gonna still be there to see him on to the afterlife? Or no, seriously, this has really happened. You guys can Google it and see it. For me,
he messed that up. That's his soul.
He left. Yes, and they have videotape.
Oh Lord Jesus, child.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, that'll be
You'll
one.
do what?
I'll bury him.
Yep, quickly.
And like my dear said, I'm gonna put him 2 feet more.
Yeah, 8 feet. Yeah. and the insurance policy was well paid. Eat to live strong.
That's right.
It's paid.
They gonna do the cheapest funeral too.
Very minimal funeral. Absolutely.
Very basic.
No,
funeral.
it's not funny because this really happened, and I'm just saying, I would first of all be so shocked and be so upset because the wife really literally, quote unquote, she said, no, I think you know when someone is cheating if you're that close to that person. You know when things have changed. But
I gotta put kids down. Be right back.
So, would you, Coach Sherri and then Yoyo, what would you do?
I mean, I would be very upset, surprised too, because I don't. But it would be a very basic service. It wouldn't really be a service. It would just be a burial. It would be a burial. That's it. That's it.
I mean, that's what you have to do. I mean, because stuff like that happen. I mean, you know, my third husband, you know, the reason why we broke up is because he was seeing prostitutes. What had happened was the police. No, he called me talking about, can I pick him up from work? I said, pick you up from work? What? What's wrong with your car? He said, I'll tell you when you get here. I said, no, you're going to tell me now. So he proceeded to tell me that the car was confiscated by the police. And I said, for what? What was you doing? And so he said, well, I was set up by the police for prostitution. It was a lady who was posing as, the police officer was posing as a prostitute. And they set me up. Mm-hmm. So all these things, what Vern is saying, these is the crazy. That's why I'm not. Happened. You see, I'm not even surprised. I'm like, yep, I can see all this happening because the craziest stuff is happening, you know. And then you think about Color Purple, and it's like, well, how did my father die? On top of me, you know, just all kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah. Okay, Harrison.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, I got lost in that whole car got confiscated. The police tried to set me up for. I'm sorry, Miss Yoyo, that you had to go through that. So what was the question again? Because
So you get a call from the police in a different state, let's say Nevada, and it's saying your wife is passed away, and unfortunately, they have videotape, and she was with 2 men in a hotel. But what happened was she got set up, and she's deceased. Like, what are you going to do?
And I say this honestly, it makes come off funny, but God is sovereign, and the consequence is already paid. So for the sake of my kids, I will have a beautiful ceremony so that my kids can rightfully say their goodbyes. At that specific moment, if they went out there and did that to me, then this funeral isn't about me. Now, if I didn't have kids, it may be a little bit more basic. But at
they had kids.
They had kids. So I would do at that point. I would have to switch off my husband hat for my dad hat and have a proper ceremony for the sake of my kids to say goodbye, and leave it at that.
And this is the point of what I say. It's not always green on the other side, because even if the person was alive, you know how emotional that is for the spouse. You're thinking, oh, I trust you. Oh, you're going on a business trip. Oh, now you're with 1-2 other people. Now they bringing you home an STD. Are you staying? Because you know you're gonna get something, right?
So, listen, when I get married, I promise you, this is how it's gonna go. Because I every now and then I'm called to speak at fatherhood conventions and things like that. I promise you that my wife will have access to me at all times, video chat at all times except for when I'm speaking, and she will have access to whatever hotel room that I'm at. So let's say if she wanted to just pop up on me, all right, and surprise me with a night visit, she can. You know, she can. So like I would let every hotel I would check in just so that she is fully comforted by me going away. Every hotel that I check in at, her name will be as one of the ones allowed to come in. And I'll even show my look, babe, here's the receipt, here's the check-in, your name is there. So this way that eliminates all some doubt, because you never know, like there could be some doubt there, but you want to try to make it so that your spouse is as comfortable as they can be if you are going away, and that's the type of business that you do a lot. So.
Yeah, because we're all of a particular age. So now we don't need to be catching no STDs from no one. However, we know that it happens. So if you were in that situation and you were brought to that and had that, this is so emotional and so real. And this is what I'm telling people. At least if you're not married, you can leave. But when you are married and you have children and this happens to you, I know I always say divorce is not an option, but this is something where you need to stop, get counseling, go to church. You need to talk to your mom, your dad, your sister. You need to talk to somebody, because that's an emotional state that the spouse goes through. That's an emotional roller coaster. So what would you do in that case? Now you got, I want to say STD because I don't want to say the other thing. So we're just going to go with a normal STD that you can get rid of. How are you handling that?
Well,
you ain't never answered none of the questions.
I know.
I answered them. Yes, I did.
She answered the easy ones.
She answered all these hard questions. She ain't go like this.
I'm gone. What y'all say, talk about?
So.
No, I'm gone. I'm out. I'm done. Sorry. Party over.
It's a wrap.
Or we would take a long break. Yeah, it would be a long break. And I believe in separation. I believe, because sometimes you do need to do that. If you are so set on not having a divorce, I do believe on separating. But to me, when you separate, it's not for you to go do you. It's for you to work on the relationship with the person that you're separated from.
Right.
But these people today don't think that, oh, we separated, I'm doing me. No, that's not what it means.
Might as well divorce with that one.
Oh, with the STD?
No. If they're saying they separated, they're just doing them, they might as well just divorce.
Right.
Because separation is not in your vows. Now, depending on how many rooms you have in a house, then you can go to another room, but you can't leave out that door. Because if you leave out the door, that tells me that you don't no longer want to be married. So I don't believe in separation. I really don't believe in separation. Now, however, if you go on the other side of that door and I trust you, I don't want to have to always follow you wherever you go. I want to be able to trust that you're going to be good to me because I'm going to be good to you. Now, I'm going to also ask that you don't bring me home nothing I didn't ask for.
Right.
And if you bring me home something, then that would be something I would have to deal with, because that means you're practicing unsafe sex.
Right.
In addition to all that other stuff.
Right. And then I'm not going to allow my husband to damage my body, and I'm the innocent person standing by. Yeah, no.
Right. Because then you might be the one that gets the real raw end of the stick.
Yes.
Maybe perhaps from it. And now your children don't have a mother. It's a lot. It's a domino effect. And that's why the thing.
But I say this to say, in marriage, people think, oh, you're married is all. It is not, because you don't know what, even though that's your spouse, you don't know what that other person is doing. So my next question is, your best friend comes and tells you they saw your spouse out in a car kissing or going to a hotel with another person. What do? Do you talk to the friend and believe them automatically, or do you pull your spouse, come here, let me, what do you do in that situation? Because we know this happens and I've seen it, but I have not said anything because I don't know how my friend is going to react. But in reality, I feel like my friend already knows that the husband is a cheater, but they don't want to accept it. So I'd rather keep my mouth shut. But you have that friend, we all have that ratchet friend who's going to tell you, girl, do you believe her? Or do you think she's just trying to break you guys up?
I believe the girl.
She ratchet,
You
though.
believe?
Why you say she ratchet though, Vern? Just because she tell you
So
that.
we know we got those ratchet girlfriends who gonna see that person out in the street, go like,
I'm not a really good girlfriend. I mean, because I don't have no ratchet girlfriend. So, like, if my girlfriend, like, tell me that she saw my husband, then that's what she saw.
Okay, so you would believe her right off the bat.
I know she wouldn't even want to tell me. So I know she would have to have had to. It probably would have made her. She probably couldn't even pee for 5 days because she would have to tell me that that happened.
Okay. But we know that,
I gotta go. It's the hour. It's, but I appreciate you having me, and I believe my girlfriend. But keep it Christ centered, and then I hear all the other stuff. But thank God it doesn't apply. Any of these things don't apply to my household. Awesome panel. I'll be watching, sneaking and peeking, but I gotta go do that thing with the two.
I understand. Thank you so much, Carter's Eats. Bye. We appreciate you so much. If you guys are not connected to Carter's Eats, mods, please drop her link in the chat.
Nice
Thank you, Carter's
everybody, and everybody on the panel. I'll be sure I connect with them.
Okay. Thank you. So, Harrison.
I would like to know if they call me at that specific moment as they walking in. I just want to know what hotel they're at, and I won't go there looking to beef. I'm going there to have a conversation.
I agree with you, and I wouldn't
on
my friend in it either. Just tell me and you leave.
Yeah, I'm going to go there with my tablet, open up my Bible app, sit in the couch in the lobby, and just wait. And then when I do see them, have a seat and let's have a chat discussion. What's happening, and take it from there. And it'll be in his best interest not to beef. Not that I'm like this tough guy. Just that, trust me, it'll be in your best interest not to beef, and let's talk. How long has this been happening? So if they saw it at that specific moment, depending on who the friend is, because I think you're right, Vernes. There's a lot of people that may be in your life that not to say that it could be true, but the fact that they have that information gives them gratification to give that to you so that you can suffer. There are people like that, but it doesn't make the husband's or the wife's action any less bad. It's still as bad. But I would have to know where they're at that specific moment. And if somebody called me up like a week after and they told me, well, I was struggling with this situation to tell you, I would ask why. And if their answer was genuine, like, because I love you guys and I don't want to see you guys break up. You guys have been an encouragement to me and I want to see you guys work this out. But, I held on to this and I can't anymore. I can get with that.
Okay. Awesome.
But I would have to talk to my wife and say, so-and-so. And I would tell them, you told me this.
Okay.
When I talk to my wife, I will be telling them that you told me this.
Okay. Coach Sherri?
It's interesting. I mean, I can't imagine like how I would respond to my friend in that situation, but I do know I have two older brothers that have gone through many different types of relationships, and just seeing how my parents handled those relationships, they never got into it with them if they knew something, heard something, whatever, because my mother would always say they have to live with them. So they might get mad at what we're saying, but then once they made up because they sleep in the same bed, and now we're looking like we're out,
Right.
So how do you mend that? And I've learned that from that situation. I mean, I've had people come to me saying, that they've seen other husbands in the hotel lobby with other women, and those weren't friends. And the wives would call me like, "Did you hear about my husband? You know, I want to know what you." I'm like, I don't know anything because I didn't see anything. I wasn't there. What I heard is irrelevant. You know what I mean? And turns out the wives always knew all along.
That's
they're trying to nip
exactly
the gossip at the bud. You know, they just don't want to have everybody know or whatever. And it's just like, I feel like the spouse knows. The spouse knows.
I think they feel it. I think it's a feeling that you know that something is different.
Yeah.
I really believe that.
Exactly. And I think if it's a friend telling the person, they're jeopardizing their friendship, because now what if the wife or the husband doesn't leave and now the friend is still coming? Like, that's just all because the wife or the husband, you know, is going to say such and such told me that they saw you or whatever. Now that other spouse is going to look at the friend side-eyed, you know, the trust is going, I mean, it's just a lot. It's a lot involved. So my thing is, as spouses, do the right thing. Don't put yourself in a situation.
And we wouldn't have to be in that situation.
Right. That's right.
Okay,
I'm going to change it up. I'm going to get off of that. Blah, blah, blah.
If you feel like you want to do that, then definitely split up. Just split up.
Right. Okay, so on a different level, who is the disciplinarian or who handles the finances in your relationship or marriage?
Can I go first? Because my medicine is kicking in and I got
to go ahead. Thank you. Yes, go ahead. Thank you, Chosen Queen.
I handle the finances. He doesn't even know his passwords. So I have all the passwords and everything. So I handle it all. So.
Okay.
But I'm going to step down because my medicine is kicking in. So thank you for having me. Love you guys.
Thank you. That's Eat to Live Strong, guys. Mods, could you please drop her link in the chat for me? So, Hood Girl, when you were married, who was the disciplinarian, meaning discipline the kids, and who handled the finances?
My husband was the disciplinarian and I handled the finances.
Okay. Now, why was that?
Because he was a free spender. I'm not. I'm a budgeter. And I've always budgeted my whole life raising children. You know, you learn how to budget. I still budget even now, you know. So I believe that bills should be paid, all the bills. It doesn't matter what time of the month. They got to be paid at a certain time for me. That's my discipline of finances. And so because I knew how to budget and save, he was so
do you take his paycheck, or he gives you his paycheck and then you give him an allowance, or the rest is his after you pay the bill part?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to say, guys, next Saturday at 5 p.m. I will be on the panel over at B&B Reviews. Guys, put your bell on and come over there and support me and support them. It's going to be on Saturday at 5 p.m. on B&B Reviews It. If one of my mods can also drop their link. Miss Yoyo, you still here?
You know it.
Okay, so who is the disciplinarian, meaning to the kids, and who handles the finances?
Well, me and my husband, we didn't have a baby, so I handle the finances. I wish I didn't. I wish my husband was. What did I tell y'all to do if something happened to me? Remove me from the home. I wish my husband could handle the responsibility of paying stuff. It would just be one less thing I would have to think about. I would truly trust him if that's what he did, but he know he can't, and so I do. But I wish I didn't have to.
Well, what about your nieces and nephews? Do they come over?
Yes.
Okay, who disciplines them if they're being bad? You know, we got all those.
I'm an only child, so he has all the family.
Okay.
So it's him.
Him, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Coach Sherri?
In the beginning, when my husband was still in his career, I handled the finances, and we had a little baby when he was playing, 2 little babies. And once he retired, we became business partners as well. So it was across the board. We were equal in terms of handling the finances, dealing with the financial planners and things like that. In terms of discipline, I would say we're equal on that as well. I mean, we literally did everything together, especially raising our kids. But I would always say that I felt like he was the better parent because he has a lot more than I do. But yeah, I would say it's equal. It still is.
Thank you. The world is mine. I appreciate that. Thank you. Now I have a bunch of spoiled crumbs that's better. Okay, Harrison, you got them beautiful babies or young adults, because they're not babies. Those young adults.
So, well, the better part of their growing up years, they were living with me, and it was just us. So I was both the financial guy and the disciplinarian, and also while we were married, I was both too. And I think just that I don't have the whole mindset that that a specific gender in the marriage has the role of being the financial person or the disciplinarian person, even though culturally in a lot of cultures the male seems to be the disciplinarian. Whoever's best at the finances does the finances, and both should be, in a matter of speaking, loving disciplinarians to the children. This way, if and together, like be it that two-headed snake, both working together to discipline, so that if that hood girl is the disciplinarian, and she's not home, this, and I'm gonna say there's something emasculating about a father saying, "Wait till your mother gets home."
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it. You guys could disagree.
No, not at all.
Wait till your mother gets home. I don't, or vice versa. You want your children to be able to respect both,
Right.
at the same time.
That's
But being a single parent, that was me for the better part of their growing up years.
I just have two more questions. I'm not going to keep you guys much longer. The next one is, if your spouse's parents or your parents were up in age, let's say 85, and they were sick, do you guys talk about it and bring them into your home, or do you put them in a nursing facility? Because that's a big question. I'm all for my mother-in-law coming, but my husband, this is his mama. He's like, and I'm like, that's your mama. So what do you guys think? Go ahead, hood girl. I see you waving your hand.
I am so against nursing homes. I don't like them.
Okay.
I don't like the workers. I can't say all nursing homes are the same, but the care is subpar, if I can say that. And
okay.
Me and my husband would really have to talk it through and talk it out and come to some real big understandings and agreements if we would have to move either parent in the home. But no nursing homes for me. We would have to just, figure out finances, hire caretakers, hire nurses. But my family have to be in my home because I can take care of my family better than anybody in a nursing home.
That's right.
I just don't believe in nursing homes. I'm sorry. Even being the human resources manager at a center where they had the 3 levels, it was independent, and then it was the care, and then Alzheimer's. Even in those places, people don't take care of your family the way that you would.
If I can go, I'll share 2 things. So my grandmother, before she passed away, a couple of months before she passed away, I went to a nursing home. Day 1. So I was there every single day. I went to go visit her. Day one of her being there, without exaggeration, I'm telling you the God honest truth. I'm walking to her room and I hear my grandmother, saying, "Why are you being so rough?" So I'm sitting. I waited for a little bit, and this lady is like sucking her teeth, and I'm listening to my grandmother. So I walk around the corner. I said, "Grandma, you okay?" And the lady jumped back. She says, "I'm okay, but this person being so rough with me." And then she was like flustered with her words and blah, blah, blah. She's like flustered. I said, "Can you please leave us alone for a second?" I said, "Grandma, you okay?" She's talking. I said, "All right, I'm going to go talk to them." She said, please don't. Like, I don't want any trouble. I said, "Grandma,
you made me cry."
And I'm getting emotional. So, and she said, "I don't want no trouble. Don't say anything." So
yeah.
She made me promise not to say anything.
See.
So I told her I wouldn't.
Because they will hurt them when you're not there.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
That's why I was there every day. Every day, and I came at different times. In New York State, you can go in at any time of the day or night. If it's 3:30 in the morning and you want to go see your loved one, you are allowed to go see. They cannot tell you can't come in.
That's
so I
right.
would come in at any time. I popped in at 1:30 in the morning sometimes just to see what was happening. So after I was getting ready to leave, I went and I sought that nurse out. I told my grandmother I was leaving, and I told her just like this, and I'm the nicest guy in the world. I said, "You see that lady in there? If she ever tells me that she's being mistreated in here, I'm not just going for your job." and that was it. And I walked out. From that on, her and that nurse been best friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you have to speak up for them because they do for their self.
Yeah, that's number one. And I didn't want her to be in a nursing home. The reason why she was there is because I was the only one that had the time, and I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment with 3 kids, and I had no space, and I felt bad so if it was my choice and if I had the space, I would never have her in a nursing home. That's
right.
Second story is this: I'm a Christian, and I've been a pastor for a number of years, and when I was maybe saved maybe a year. And my cousin was getting married, and she was marrying a man who was of the Muslim faith. And the ceremony was actually very beautiful. It was very low key but meaningful. And the imam was saying how it was good that she was marrying into the Muslim faith because they know how to treat their elders. Then he went off. And this hit me hard. Even I was like maybe 18 at the time, and he said, "We take care of our older ones."
Yeah.
You notice that there are no Muslim nursing homes, and that's because we care for our elders. So joining a Muslim family is a beautiful thing for you. And I was like, yo, that cut me to the heart. I was like, dang, but he's right. You know. And when she went into the nursing home, it was hard for me to allow it. And plus, like my mother, my uncle, they were living in Florida at the time, so and she couldn't go to Florida because she wanted to be near her grandkids and her great grandkids. Like that's how that was my grandmother. So it was hard for us to allow that. But if I had my choice, whether it's my family or my wife's family, if I have the space, they can come and live with
exactly.
Me. Let's take care of
you. Exactly. Miss Yoyo, what would you do?
I feel the same way. I wouldn't feel comfortable having my people stay somewhere else. Nobody's gonna take care of him like me. His mother and everybody welcome. And you know, me being the only child, I love people. I just love people. So that would be really nice to just be able to have somebody in my house that I can take care of. Yeah, but I agree with Harrison. And I agree that nobody can take care of hood girl. Nobody gonna take care of my kids.
That's right.
Like the family, yeah. What do you say, Coach Sherri?
You never know what will happen in adversity until it happens. And in 2008, our family was hit with a serious situation when my mother was diagnosed with ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease. And my parents had retired and moved 4 hours away from us, but I was up and down that road. I was in the sandwich generation where I'm taking care of my family and my parent. And I remember one day, this is when it took my marriage to a whole nother level, because I knew my husband was great to me. He was great to my children, but I didn't know how great he would be just to everyone, in difficult situations. One day in 2008, I was like, wondering where he was, and I couldn't reach him. And finally he called me and he was like, guess where I'm at? And I'm like, where? He said, I'm in your parents' driveway because I'm going to ask them to come live with us because I see what you're doing. You know that you've been back and forth. And, I need this, I need it to be good for everybody. He went in and had a conversation with them. And this is at the beginning of my mother's diagnosis. And my father's like, I've been married to her for 50 years. I can take care of her. I'm gonna take care of my wife. So I'm good or whatever. And my husband was telling like, well, I'm just seeing my wife coming back and forth up and down this road, and I want everybody to be safe. They declined, but in 2009, when the disease progressed, we ended up being my mother's primary caregivers, and my husband was with me side by side. We stopped our world together with our children to take care of my mother because we didn't want to put her in a nursing home, and we didn't. And I mean, he was lifting her up so I could bathe her. He was doing so far beyond anything I could have ever imagined him. He was there holding her hand on the other side.
You know he now, don't you?
Say that again.
I said, you love he, huh?
Yes. It's on my
He's not going nowhere.
Nowhere. He was holding her hand as she was transitioning, just like I was, just like my father was, and my favorite cousin was there. I mean, he did more for her than her own sons did. And then after she passed, and shortly thereafter, his dad, you know, he was there with his mom the whole entire time as his dad was living and you know, suffering with prostate cancer. And there with his father until the very end. And I was there back and forth as well. Like, yeah, that's real. And you don't know what your spouse will do in that situation, unfortunately, until that happens. And so I'm really proud and pleased to know that my husband is a stand-up guy like that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys. Last question, I promise. What do you expect from your spouse? So as you were getting married, what was your expectations of marriage? Like, I know I wanted a protector only because I was a previous widow. So now I'm looking for that and more. And when you're a widow, you kind of try to, I don't want to say compare, but you kind of try to find that in the new person, what you had in that other person. And I know you shouldn't do that, but it's a point of where you didn't expect this. And this is something that happened to you that's beyond anyone can do anything. Yeah. So yes, you do wind up comparing people and wanting that out of that spouse. So I definitely wanted a protector. I wanted someone that was going to provide. I wanted someone that was going to spoil me. And as you guys know, I'm not spoiled. Be quiet, good girl. Be quiet. And you know what I'm saying? So you kind of want certain things. What were you looking for, or what do you expect? Even now with the people that are single going forward, like, what do you want your next spouse or person to do? So Miss Yoyo, because you're married, so what were you, because you've been there 4 times, so what were you expecting different out of this marriage from the rest?
Thanks Vern, for reminding me. Thank you, Vern. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
I can't with you.
The clarifying of it all. I came into this situation without any expectation.
Oh, okay. That's wow.
Because I had expectations for the other 3. I was always disappointed and always depressed.
Yeah.
What I thought that they were supposed to be, they were not. And that's why I divorced them. That's probably why I'm still married today, because I have no expectations.
Okay.
Only thing I expect him to do is stay black and die.
I remember when Harrison did his talk, we were talking about best friends, and I believe in your spouse being your best friend, but I don't believe in that part of you complete me and I just because I complete me with God. You make me better. I'm good by myself, but you make me better. But I think you should be friends. I think you should like Coach Sherri said, you should like him, not only love him.
Yeah.
But there are days when I want to hit my husband with a sock puppet. I'm not gonna lie, I love him, but sometimes I just want to. You ever just wanted to smack him for no reason? But I love him. I can do that. No one else can. So, Coach Sherri, what was your expectation out of your husband when you were getting ready to get married? Like, you know, when you get married, you have something in your mind like, this is going to be like this. What was that?
Well, you know, I'm a daddy's girl, and my dad, my dad was an amazing father for me, and he's an entrepreneur, so he's very creative. He thinks out of the box, and he listens to me no matter how far-fetched something I'm talking about is. And so I always looked for that as a characteristic in a guy, someone that would listen, not just hear me, but really listen to what I'm saying and be encouraging, someone that would respect me and honor me. Like my dad's the type that opens the door. My husband opens the door for me all the time. So someone that can take what I grew up in to a whole nother level, someone to do new experiences, have new experiences with me and share their world with me like I will be sharing mine, and not to stifle my world, allow me to just continue to grow in my own direction in the things that I do and be supportive, because I'm a supporter, so I need to be supported. And when I dated my husband, I didn't do the wifey things. We didn't vacation together. I didn't spend the night. I didn't live with him or any of those things because I didn't want to give him the cow or the milk or whatever, the milk. And that's
right.
I wanted him to miss me. So when we first got married, we didn't have kids for the first 3 years. So it was like being married to my boyfriend. We were able to explore and do so many things together. And he was open just like I was. And that's all I wanted. I didn't want someone that was stagnant. I wanted someone that was going to dream big, have big goals and great values. And so that was what I was expecting going into my marriage.
Mm-hmm. Hood girl, did you answer that yet? Did I go to you?
No. Well, with my lifestyle and my upbringing, I didn't expect anything from anyone, nor did I trust because of my upbringing. So with relationships, I believe when you expect and things don't happen the way you expect them to, it makes you bitter. It makes you upset because you would want or you would hope that this person can give you and bring you and do and do and do. And that's not them at all. They have something different that not that they can't give it like you want it. It just comes a little differently. Mm-hmm. And that can also make you unhappy. So I say let people be people, and I'm gonna go on Harrison, a family blog side, and say you really have to take your time to get to know someone, because once you get to learn someone and what they can bring to the table, to the relationship, then you see all that you need to see over time, gentle time at that. Yeah. So I have no expectations, none whatsoever. Okay. I won't disappoint myself.
Okay. Harrison, what do you expect from your spouse or wife, girlfriend? Like, what are you looking for value in that person to bring? Because you want that person to bring you, even though you're good, you want them to make sure that you guys are bringing each other up. You don't want somebody that's going to bring you down. You want someone that's going to help lift you up. So what, in your case, are you looking for in a woman?
Come on.
Proverbs 31.
Yes.
That's it. But not just somebody that just wants to be a good wife and a good mom. That's it. I don't want to go into it thinking what I want my wife to look like, because then I could really mess that up. I want her, like, if her goal is to be the best wife she can be and to be the best mom that she can be, I think that's all that I can ask for. She's trying to really follow what the Lord says and what the Bible says about what a wife is, and then I'm doing the same thing as far as what a husband is. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I say this: don't think that you have a type. I hate when people say I have a type, because that's the type that you don't get when you finally get what you're looking for.
And usually those types are physical. Like usually it's like a physical type. Like when people talk about types, rarely
not even that
about character. It's always a physical type that they want. If you ever talk about types, what's the character type you want?
Right.
Like, go there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because I love that my husband can cook, as you guys know. I ain't missing no meals, so my husband is a cook. But I also love that he was an only child, but he loved a big family. And like I said, I came with 4 kids. I came with baggage. I told him straight up, if you're not going to be in this relationship, and he was like, no, I always wanted a big family. So he was, I'm like, I didn't ask for this. Like, where does this, you know why? Because I wasn't looking for it. And
Right.
it fell on me because I was not looking for my husband at all, believe me.
Hey, Vernes, we only children. We love them big family. That's why when you say somebody come stay with us, what? Let them come.
Come on, everybody.
Yeah, my husband had 5 kids. I would have been with him. I would be like, okay, cool. Now I can give me a van. I would have been like good with that. I would have been like, yeah.
But you know,
okay.
As a workforce development professional, when I'm with my clients or my students or participants, and I'm getting them ready for their next career, and I'm telling them you need to be targeted, because I used to have people come to me, oh, Coach Sherri, I just want a job, any job. I'm like, that's what you'll get. So when people say, I want a man, any man, that's what they'll get. So regardless, if you don't want to get too specific, you need to have a parameter. You need to have an outline of what it is that you want, so that you can start attracting that to you and preparing yourself to be attractive to that type of whatever job or person. But just to be vague about it, that's what you get oftentimes, is anything.
Can I ask Coach Sherri a question?
Absolutely.
Where'd you get that chair from? Because it looks totally comfortable. Like I'm sitting this, and I'm trying to be live stream with a nice comfortable chair. Like this chair is not doing it for me. So where'd you get that chair from? Because it looks like you could just like snuggle right into it.
I love it, and we actually have 2 of these. I got it made at Furniture Land South in High Point, North Carolina, the furniture district.
All right. So I don't have like retired NFL money to get my chairs made. Is there like an Amazon link that you could send me that is close to it?
I don't think so. Like for real. I'm sorry. It is. It's like I love it.
It looks comfortable.
Yeah, it does look comfortable. That's like with Deb's Glad Tidings. He has his chair in the fireplace. I'm like, she looks like she is so comfortable.
Yeah.
But guys, in the chat, I just want to say this. Thank you to all the panelists that was up here. I super appreciate it. If you guys are not connected with any of them, Coach Sherri, Miss Yoyo, that Hood Girl to the Hood, Harrison, please do. I'm going to let them tell you a little bit about their pages before we go. But please check me out on Saturday. I will be on B&B Reviews. I'll be on their panel. They'll be interviewing me at 5 p.m. on their page. And then next Sunday, Queens, Uplifting Queens, will be Amazing Sylvia at 7 p.m. And her topic is Believe to Achieve. So myself, Chosen Queen, and Be Amazing Sylvia have this going on, this panel, and we do it one Sunday. So Queen is the first Sunday, I'm the second, and Sylvia is the third. So we just are doing this just to have an open topic, because guys know I used to do this before on my own, but I'm glad that I have a group that I can kind of bounce my ideas off of now. It's even better. But I'm going to let my panelists tell us a little bit about their page and about their self. And guys, please connect with them the right way. Leave them a comment. Go there. Watch their videos. They all have amazing, amazing pages. So I'm going to let Coach Sherri start first.
Thank you. And thank you so much, Vern, for having this platform and inviting me to be on the platform. I really, I think this was a powerful conversation. I definitely learned a lot from everyone and how they move in their relationship. So I appreciate everyone sharing and being transparent and authentic. I really do. I am a workforce development professional as well as an entrepreneur. And so my channel, Coach Sherri, is about workforce development, career readiness, and entrepreneurship. Every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do go live and I invite guests that are in either sports, business, counseling, nonprofits, to talk about their journey, how they got started, what they're doing, and to possibly give you some tips and strategies if that is a lane that you want to go on. And I welcome everyone to come and check me out. I definitely love to share information that's going to help you move forward in your life in any capacity.
Hey, just so blessed. Thank you. You can always watch the replay. Yes, it was awesome. And I hope someone that is either getting ready to get married, someone that's married, someone that's engaged, I hope that the information that we gave and what we talked about even though we laughed and joked, I really hope that it helped you in your decision, and maybe it can help better your marriage or better your engagement or something like that. So I'm going to have Miss Yoyo tell us about her page. Thank you, Shalia.
My page is about, I do something that I call cracking but facking. In other words, even though I'm telling a joke, never underestimate the power of my information. I'm all about motivation and positive vibes. As you can hear, you know, I've been married 4 times. I've had several businesses. My business, I just started working 10 years ago. Other than that, I made my own money. So, you know, having 2 kids and making your own money and paying for your own car note, I mean, that's telling you something. So with all the experience that I have, I'm not one of those people that you don't want me serious, because when I get serious, it's just too serious, because my son has passed. I've had all these other problems. I got 2 brothers that passed from the same disease. So even though I come across as always laughing and smiling and stuff like that, that's because I'm a happy person, but I have a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm full. So it's a thin line. Okay. But so when you come to my page, what you're going to just find is this girl. I don't care. I could be 70 years old. I'm going to still call myself a girl. This girl right here, I'm about as real as I'm going to be. I'm always transparent. If I need to take off my wig, whatever needs to happen, so you can understand the power of my message, that's how I'm going to send it to you. And that's how I'm going to give it to you. And I'm going to tell you exactly how it is, even though I might be laughing. And I might have talked about anything that happened, like my husband and the prostitute caper and all of that was happening. Even though it's funny and the way I present it, you have to know that I was hurting. You know, you had to know that you got to be hurting bad to know that your marriage is about to end because this buffoonery. So that's what my page about. So if you ever see me come live, I am talking about a topic. I very rarely, except maybe last week, I had a pandemic breakdown. I come on and I just tell you the truth of what's going on in my life. And so I have when you come on my lives, I'm going to have a topic. Please feel free to chime in. And it's all about motivation and all about positive vibes. That's why me and Vernes are friends, because I don't have ratchets. I know. I don't even know how to begin. I don't even know.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Ratchet.
That's a good thing. So we got some family members that can be ratchet.
Oh, well, we ain't gonna talk about that. I just talked to a fool. Okay. One of my cousins today calling me with his ratchetness. Yeah, but yeah, we inherited. But shoot, you can't be my friend and you ratchet.
Okay. All right. So that hood girl to the hood, tell us about you and your page, Booski.
Well, I'm just that hood girl to the hood. I started this past December doing mukbangs. I have, and of course, you know, I started with my life, my story, because I was a homeless girl for 4 years in my young life, and now I'm such a better person with such growth and a great mind right now, and I'm so elevated, and I love it, and I thank God for keeping me and, you know, making me who I am today. And so without him, I don't know where I would be. And so that's, I talk about my life on my mukbangs. I talk about my life stories as you, Yoyo. And now on Fridays, I have 2 Fridays of cigars and combo. And then I have 2 Fridays of nice, nasty and naughty. And Vernes is my provocative question person. She does provocative questions, and I always have a sex toy to accompany me as a co-host. And so it's not nasty. It's so informative. Really, it is. You know, sex is sex, whether you are celibate, whether you are single, or whether you're married for 1,000 years. Sex is sex. It's good to be talked about. There are new things you know. I'm learning that there are new things. I'm not doing it, but when I start back, whenever God give me my husband, I want to know. I know whether I know what to do.
Well, all right. I'll be up in there.
It really is all in good fun. And I talk about sex only because I studied it for 7 years. And then I talk a lot about history because I also studied that. But my history was for Black people and slavery. So those are passions to me. And that's why I speak on it when I do speak.
Okay. Harrison, very well.
First off, don't nobody want to hear about my channel after hearing that. Nobody wants to hear about my channel now.
So you can come on the backside, Harrison. You got the marriage counseling.
Yeah, so my channel is just about, I guess it's a couple of things, but the main thing is about just my life as a single father raising
he has a
my
beautiful
kids.
family guy.
Yeah.
He really does.
So yeah, and although I do present the realities of it, I don't present the realities in a negative way to exploit my kids. My kids will not be exploited by anything that anybody does, if I can help it. But I do share the honest truth about the joys of single parenthood, and I also go live every Tuesday where I talk about relationships, just disseminating information that I learned that I would like to share with people. So I go live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Every Saturday I do a coffee and chat at 10 a.m. where we sip some coffee and talk about a random topic. And for the summer, I'll be uploading daily at 3 p.m. daily vlogs. Yeah.
And don't you have a book and merchandise? Let us know about that.
Oh, and I don't have my coffee mug here. I do have a book. It's called From a Fatherless Father to His Sons. It's available on Amazon, BarnesandNobles.com. From a Fatherless Father to His Sons. And it's a good book. I heard it's a good book. And I'm going to tell you it's a good book because I wrote it and I want you to buy it. Support your boy. I also have some merchandise that is going to support the channel on Teespring. So if you go to my YouTube channel, just search Harrison Family Vlogs. If you look in any of the description of any video that you see from 2000 on, you'll be able to click on the link to the Teespring link and be able to buy some merchandise. But that's actually pretty cool. Like, it's not just like Harrison Family Vlog merch. There's different merchandise that you can get that's funny, that's faith-based, and things like that. Yeah. And
I also have a merch store, guys. It's on my About section. It's called Vernes Junk Closet on the Spread Shirt Shop. Myself and Miss Yoyo are monetized channels. So if you go to our pages, please watch our ads in full because that's the way we make our coins. And we need our coins, okay? So Miss Yoyo, do you have merch yet or merch coming?
Yeah, I sell myself for about $30 an hour.
I think she's talking about like coaching, right? Like coaching. Coaching services.
Right. Okay.
No, I don't do anything online. I still DJ. I'm still a DJ and a karaoke, and the people still trying to hire DJs and stuff during this pandemic. Yeah. And I just said no. I don't know how many times, but I think I'm gonna have to go on and reconsider because I keep getting people. The senior citizen home just called me and say, "Yo, we need you to come and sing and DJ for the seniors." And so now I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to come on out in the pandemic because everybody, if I keep saying no, that's just giving other DJs,
other people money. Yeah.
Do you have one of those plexiglass barriers that you could put in front of your equipment?
So I'm gonna have to do something. I gotta figure it out, or unless they're gonna have me way somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am amplified, they don't have to be up on me.
Right.
Unless they want to request a song, but yeah, stay away.
Yeah, she's a great singer, guys. All these channels are amazing. Coach Sherri, she has some awesome panelists, and I try to be there every time. And I'm telling you, those conversations, let me tell you, amazing. You guys know Harrison Family Vlog is awesome. You know Miss Yoyo is the bomb. And my girl, Girl to the Hood. Go over there, check out these pages, be an open mind, listen and see what they're talking about. It may interest you. You never know. Don't judge a book by its cover, guys. Just because her girl is talking about sex, we have fun over there. We laugh the whole time. We have men and women in there, and we talk about adult conversations. It's nothing disgusting. It's very, very nice. You learn something.
Yeah.
As he said. Yeah, it is. It's very. You meet a lot of great people on YouTube, guys. Yeah. If you stay out of drama and you go to people like Miss Yoyo said, positive and informative, that's what I'm trying to portray. So I hope you guys have learned something, at least tonight or when I do my panels. Again, Chosen is has the group that we're in, and Be Amazing Sylvia is next Sunday at 7 p.m. Believe to Achieve. Guys, put your bell on. Let's show us some love. And when these awesome channels go live, let's go over there. Thank you all to the 20 in the chat still here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is going to conclude our marriage session. Maybe we'll have to do another one because this was awesome. I thank you all my panelists for being here. Coach Sherri, Miss Yoyo, that hood girl, Harrison. Thank you. Carter's Eats, Eat to Live Strong, Dr. Nicolia Williams. Guys, don't forget to check them out also. And thank you guys for being here. I wish you all love and light. Thank you.
Thank you, Vernes.
Coach Sherri, Yoyo.
Yes.
Bye, Harrison. I'll see you Tuesday.
Yes. Thank you, guys. I appreciate everyone in the